Yo, yo, what's going on, guys? Try Hard, James Bond, Mage, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? I was just finishing up devouring some dinner here. Appreciate y'all stopping by. Imagine not having this on PC, bruh. It's surprising how many people have this on PlayStation. Like, it's actually kind of surprising. Like, right now, I think there's a nice group of people that are playing in like another lobby with a few other streamers I know of. But earlier today, it was fire watching Sharon them play. They were on Xbox, and of course, you know, that's not PC Master Race either, you know? I don't know. I feel like at the end of the day, it's gonna be rough in the long term because people on PC cannot help it. They want to mod, it's fine, but then they want to take it to the utmost, you know what I mean? Like lag switching, crazy stuff, you know? You're about to buy it on PlayStation, but PG got it for PC, so you had to get it on PC so you can catch the man's. I still am upset. I wish I talked to PG about it yesterday. Hopefully we get crossplay because I definitely want to be there as well with you guys when you play. It was rough earlier. I wanted to get in there so bad, but like I couldn't do it. But yeah, we'll definitely get some games in. Let me know when you guys. I'll be there when you guys are playing. When PG ends up doing a stream, I'll catch you guys out and see what's happening. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead here and we're gonna get into this. I'm gonna be joined by my bro. I've got a few other people I know. PB hit me up earlier. We were gonna be playing, so hopefully he is gonna be available. We got a few other people as well. I think Chef's gonna be around. But yeah, we got a nice group of people that'll be playing. You're gonna have to buy it on PS2. Just need to wait till you get another job. No, I feel that. I actually was pretty lucky to be able to get this this version, especially for my brothers. So he helped me out with that. And when I get back, all you PS folk catching them hands too. Oh, come on. Let's see it. Let's see it. All right. Here we go. What we gonna do? We're gonna get on in here. Let me make sure that everything is in working order. As you can see, I've already been working on my main. At least one of them. This game is so sick, y'all, for real. Let me unmute. JV, you there, bro? Okay, not yet. All right, when he gets in, we're going all out. Let's go online. Yo, Mondi, welcome in. How you doing? How's your day going? Let me give you a quick shout out here. Welcome in, welcome in. How's Overwatch been treating you? Yo, JV, what's up?
What's going on, man?
I'm ready for some Dragon Ball, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, doing good? Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm doing great, Amadi. Thank you for asking.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
I'm not that guy, okay? All right? I'm going to be all right, though. I'm going to be an all right guy. Hey, PB, thank you for that daily check-in. What's up? The fish was good, man. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome on in. Welcome on in. All right, I'm going to create a room real quick. I guess it don't really matter about the limits and all that stuff. You'll be great. Thank you, man. I like that. I like that inspiration. I appreciate that, fish. Thank
you. 2 hours later.
We're going to do a single battle. You want to do that? Does that sound good?
Sure.
Just one character.
Yeah, I don't know how to switch. I tried that. I was like, I don't know.
I'm gonna make the lobby up to 6. Just make one private slot.
Try and, what is it called?
Should they all be private slot? Did I play Super Training? Yes, I tried it. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. BB, what's happening, bro? You ready? You ready? Also, anybody who wants to be in voice chat with us, we are in Discord, so you are more than welcome to hop on in there with us. Chilling, bro. One character and not fucking Whis. Should we do all private slots? I feel like we should. Yeah, because it'll be like some randos joining.
Vibing to the song.
Send the link to Discord. Got you. All right, let's do that. Oh, it's right here. There you go.
Huh? Hey, how come Vegeta's not here?
There we go. Definitely all private slots. All right, cool. You be ready in a minute if you can join. Yeah, PB, of course. BB Chef. If it's random, then they wait. Connection quality, we just gonna say whatever. One or higher. Reflectability items.
You still setting it up?
Yeah.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah, I'm still setting it up right now. It's like a line they wait. I had a few random jump in earlier. Were you okay with that?
Contestant number 17.
I don't think it should be. I don't think we should do that because I feel like a bunch of us will end up showing up. I want this to be a community thing. So if you're in the community, you can hop in. We throwing hands. They better have good connection on their Wi-Fi. Yeah, they gotta have good connection on their Wi-Fi. Otherwise, it's gonna be rough.
I agree.
All right, so let me do this real quick. Who uses Wi-Fi? Not me. If you're playing fighting games, you need to be not using Wi-Fi. All right, I'm gonna put the code in chat here so anybody can. I mean, you know what I mean. You could use Wi-Fi, but like, man, like if you play it a lot, why? You know.
Oh my god.
All right, I'm gonna pin this.
Enable the anime music VDM.
I think so. All right, there's our room code, guys. I'm gonna make sure to keep that up there. Pretty much as long as we playing. Yeah.
Man,
They were cool. But you closed the room because you had to do something. Yeah. Yeah. JDT, what's up? You shout out, bro. Welcome on in. Welcome on in.
You made the lobby?
Yes, the code is on my here, I'll send it to you. My stream. Yes, sir. Let's go.
Going online. Online first time.
You can pin this on yours as well if you need to.
Yes.
Because we can bring in people from, both of ours.
Let me get that.
There you go, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hope all is well, bro. Of course, of course. And no problem with the shout out as well. We always showing love around here. You ain't taking my 1200 down to 1,000.
I forgot how to pin. No.
Yeah, no. We can't do that. No. All right, I put the code in chat. We can go back to the game now.
I forgot how to pin.
Oh, just click it. You can't do it from in OBS. You got to do it in the actual stuff. Nerdy, welcome in. Give you a shout out as well. Sassy, welcome in.
I think it's in.
I thought that said was pooping, and I was like, what? We ain't pooping. Girl, you crazy? We ain't pooping. How you doing, Sassy? Welcome in. Yeah, I'm in the game right now. Hold up. What's happening here? I just realized. Why my internet out?
I think it's pinned.
Oh, you appearing on?
Yep, it's pinned.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh my god. Have I tried rank yet? No, I have not. We're gonna get into that very, very soon. And let me give you also a shout out, Sassy. How's everybody doing?
Good from these matches, and then we're gonna go online and beat up everybody else.
Oh yeah, that's how it's gonna work. By the time we're done with this, the whole community will just go out and destroy. That's how it'll be.
It's gonna be tough to beat. No.
My day is going great, Nerdy. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nobody's safe. Yeah, it's gonna be a wonderful, wonderful evening of great matches. If you're too scared to go in the rank, those fools are demons. It's probably just gonna be like a lot of the same characters. You know how ranked is. Everyone picks out the best ones. No problem, Sassy. No problem at all. Always showing love around here. That's how we do. Good, glad to hear that. That's what's up. I love these emotes. Dang, okay, I see you with the Dragon Ball emotes. I see you. Yeah, we're gonna get this going. You wanna start up? I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
Well, I was gonna turn the game up more.
You can if you want to.
But I can't do that in here.
Cheap viewers.
I would have to.
Hey, Kitty, welcome in. You a shout out here.
I would have to back out, man.
Hopefully your evening is going well. Oh, you'd have to back out? Oh, well, don't do that then right now.
All right, we doing this.
Welcome. I'm feeling great today. We are about to get into some matches finally. Oh, man. He's gone. Freaking bots, man. Where the horror game at? I'm gonna tell you right now, we got horror games coming. I promise. I know y'all are like hype. I've been, yeah. It's just this game. We've been waiting for this game for like 17 years. So, yeah, it had to happen. Wait, what? Why am I Goku? What's happening? Okay, there we go. You switch your character. There we go. Just click him.
Okay. That was kind of crazy.
A lot of.
I was like, dang.
Yeah. A lot of Keflas right now, and Vegito and Gojitas. Yeah. Oh yeah, I could see that. Those emotes, thank y'all. They look so cool. Yeah, we can play some I saw you playing Phasmo the other day. How'd it go? Hell yeah. I forgive you then. Yeah, we got it. I got you, Sassy. Don't worry. More like where the horror games at. I see what you did there. Are you ready, Mike? You ready?
Oh, Lord.
I'm mad at you. Hey, it wasn't me.
Oh, Lord.
Something is different.
It went well. It was so nice to play with friends. Yes, that's one of the best parts. All right, y'all. First match of the evening.
Please.
Off jump?
Allow me to see how much.
Who's the UI Goku? Get off it. It's me. Let's have a good match. Okay, I see you. No. Have to catch you off guard. Ah! My face! Not my butt. Holy. Come on. Let's go. No way! Bruh.
I feel like you don't know how to charge at you yet.
All right. You don't know how to charge. Oh boy. No, what? How did you do that?
Here goes.
Wow. I hope nobody was taking that train. GG's, man. GG's.
Thanks a lot. How about we fight again?
Let's go, Trunks. Don't let this man. GG's. GG's.
Why you doing that to me?
Look, it was just the first match.
I just want to say I didn't know he was gonna come out here guns blazing. That's pretty crazy.
What?
I mean, I know I had it. Like he cooked me because.
JDT. Cause he's him. Oh, man. He's that dude.
Yo, what up, JDT?
Man. Uh-oh, JDT sassy mad at you. Here we
What?
Uh-oh.
Who getting mad? What's going on?
Yeah, we in Discord right now. Let me check real quick. Yeah, we're in Discord right now. Just hop on. We're in general chat.
That felt kind of good. Need to get better though.
I'm saying. I'm about to say, when he was dreaming, you was talking to him in his dreams? Oh my God. That's next level.
Yeah, here, baby.
Hey, welcome in.
What's good, bro?
Chilling, man, chilling.
Hey, Sass, I got you.
All right, let me see. Who we gonna bring out this time? See, I'm gonna keep it more chill. Is this chill, y'all?
This dude funny.
Oh my God, I knew it. See, I knew. See, I knew it. I knew it.
Come on.
But see, I ain't even fully charged. Oh my goodness.
Let me just sit back and watch.
Hey, kid, appreciate that follow, mama. Appreciate you.
Hey.
I'm gonna get that now. Come on. That's my bad. You gonna go to bed tonight, so.
Not my back right off the rip.
That was you, man. I was watching. I'm taking lessons and shit. What you doing the last fight? Hold on, he came out here going.
Yeah, I had to put a little pressure on him. That's what it was.
Get him, boys. Get him, boys.
Wow, you attacked for a long time. I should have blocked that. Ooh, nice.
Christine says loser plays Chatsu.
Hell no.
Oh my God, is he even a character? I don't even think he is.
I ain't even seen him.
You're not about to,
I ain't
you're
even
not even
looking for
about
him
to play no Chatsu.
Ooh, nice. That's good. I needed to get off of that.
Oh, I like how my controllers are going off.
Oh, did I miss?
I'm not even playing.
Oh my God, he about to set me up. Oh, okay. Woo. There we go.
What's good, Fluff? In the building?
You get that health boost on transform? Oh, you do? Oh, that's legit. See, I'm still losing. See, I got to put a little pressure on him. Miss J, welcome in. Uh-oh. No, this is it. GG's.
Whoa.
Nice. Sick.
GG, baby. That was crazy.
That was crazy.
that was crazy.
It's so good. Oh my goodness. Heal.
Hey, let's go.
Let's go. That was awesome.
Where my man PB at though? Tell PB to bring his
Right?
ass. Where's Chef at? Tell Chef to bring his ass.
That's what I'm
He got the
saying.
ID up in this chat. Bring your asses, man. Come on now.
Yo, come on, everybody. Join in.
Got to do
Y'all
the
know
bedtime
what time it is.
things.
We already
Right,
said
y'all
we
know.
gonna do
Y'all
it.
know.
Y'all come-
Yeah, I got to do the bedtime thing for the kiddos, but you got me tabbed. Thank you so much. Let me give you a quick shout out here. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope your evening is going well. All right, cool. Wait, do we have the whole game muted? What's happening? I can't hear the game at all. Is the lobby quiet? Or did my headphones tweak? I think my headphones tweak. Yeah, they tweak.
Oh,
JD, are
no.
you playing on classic or
They
standard?
selected a character, so we can't see
I don't even know, bro. How you can
what
tell?
characters they have. Or can we?
You have to do that, I guess, when you pause the game.
Alice, welcome in.
It's like
Hope your evening is going well. Give you a quick shout out as well.
Alice in the building.
I'm feeling pretty strong.
Welcome on in.
Let's do this.
All right, we got fire matches going all night.
Stronger I've become.
Let's go. JDT and Okay, all right. And JV, let's go. What is going on with my headphones right now? There we go. We back. We back. All right, y'all. Want to see a nice, clean fight here. Chef will be back shortly. We're getting dinner. Oh, nice, nice. Hopefully, you guys having a delicious dinner tonight.
I'm gonna defend his honor.
Oh, this game is incredibly fun to watch. Yeah, man. You said they went to Benihana's? What?
No, I said he had to come in and defend his honor.
Oh, defend his honor? I thought you said they went to Benihana's. I'm like, what? Y'all getting Subway? Oh, that's fire. That sounds good. Ooh, with the Kamehameha.
Ah, I missed.
Ooh. JV, you really good at using those, just getting people off you. Yeah.
Yeah. Energy wave shit.
Them energy waves. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Come here, buddy. Ah, wrong way, motherfucker.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Cut it off, cut it off, cut it off, cut it off.
Ooh, what's gonna happen here? Oh!
Fire.
That was fire. That was fire. GG's.
GG.
That was sick.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, this game is cold.
Man, it's so fire. It's the reactions, dog. Like, it's so fast. You know,
It really is.
Dodging, teleporting. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
nasty.
carrying. It's like so much, bro. It's fire. Like,
It's fire. Everyone was good, but JD, oh my god.
that had to be sassy.
You already know.
I had to come look. I had to come look for that one. I had to come look for that. I had to come over here and look at the chat.
Alright. I gotta get back in here. It's been my honor too.
Steph, what you got going?
I shall fight.
Boy, smoke something.
It's finna get wild. Le Prestige, welcome in as well, man. Welcome in.
Okay.
So what's the difference in classic and standard, bro?
Classic feels so much better to me.
Circle button and you block for one.
I'll show you.
Uh-huh.
Do all your charge things
Your place.
with R1 and R2.
Retribution.
Oh no, they got used to this shit already.
Bow your
It's so clean, man. It's like better than the cartoon. Like,
Right?
It's like playing your own episode.
It really is.
That's what I like about this shit, man. Like, what the?
retribution.
Oh, that just popped off. I didn't expect that.
Insufficient. Mercy shall not come.
Dang, what is...
Bow your
Oh.
head.
Oh, why did I do that? Went the wrong way completely.
It was like this, right? Bow your head.
Oh my goodness. What is happening?
Oh, you might get that. Yep. I was like, you might get all of that. What was that? Hold up.
That zip around hit you with that zip around shit.
You wasn't ready for that. You wasn't ready for that.
I don't know how you figure out
It is the very duty of
teleport
a god
out of a
to eliminate
attack.
evil.
Well, if you're getting, you got to think about it like a regular fighting game. So like when you get crossed up when you drop your guard, think about it like in Tekken, like how people can like carry their combo. If you're getting attacked from the back, that's that. You can't do nothing about it.
Nope. Or the side.
Or the side, yeah. You can't do nothing about it.
Yeah,
You just
only
gotta
block
take
to the-
that.
to the front. Yeah.
Yep.
Got it.
You can stop yourself like if you go flying too far, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Oh, let's keep the crowd.
If you get exhausted, you going for a flight.
Oh my god. If you get exhausted, it's a wrap. Like it's over.
That's crazy.
All right, let me
This
see.
game is amazing, y'all.
It's
It is,
amazing.
man. The reactions and everything, dog. Like, it's nuts, man. Maybe something shoot
is.
the whole fight. Too.
I'm not even mad if I lose. I'm just like, this game just looks so.
Yeah,
amazing.
exactly, bro.
Like, you know,
Exactly.
I'm just like having,
I'll
fun,
jump
and
in.
We get to play it, not like lamb
Yeah.
style.
And
It's
the online
fire.
shit's so smooth. It connects so fast. Like they start the matches up quick. Like
Yeah, like this is clean.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm about to beat you down. With the full force
You'll
of
be
my
lurking for a bit. All right, cool. Thank you, Amandi. Appreciate that. All right, I gotta deal with this man. As JV said earlier, he's him.
on my normal limits.
He's him.
Nice moves.
Oh,
Nice moves.
ooh.
Right, Cooper.
Come on.
Justice.
Yes. Oh. No. Oh my God, my health.
No.
Oh my God. That's wild. That is wild. GG's. GG's. Oh, that's crazy.
That was crazy.
The beam struggles.
It makes sense because you're getting hit by two specials.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
That's intense.
So wait, so you're saying if you lose the beam struggle, you get the power of both the supers?
I feel like that makes sense. Look how much.
Dude, I was dead after that.
I feel like that's what happened.
I mean, like, look at that.
My
Like,
hypothesis says, based on the data,
based on the data of what I know,
Yes.
that's probably what happened.
my observation.
Not the data. Oh my God.
Yeah, man, it's the data is important.
Hey man, you talking to a math teacher? Game time.
Hey, that's true.
I
That is true.
I'm on that side of data. We're on data side in this one.
Yo, Sugar Gamers with the 200 bits. My goodness. Welcome in.
I'm a big Trunks
see?
fan, man.
Welcome in. How are you? Hopefully you've been doing amazing. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Welcome in. How have you been? Welcome on in. We've been waiting 17 years for a Dragon Ball game, and that's so good. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm like for real. Like for real. I can do this. This is what I can do right now. There we go. There we go. Welcome in. It's wonderful to have you here. Wonderful to see you again. Yeah, we are vibing this evening, having a great time. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Yes, we are relaxing tonight. We got a couple matches that's going to be happening. This might be like an ongoing thing for like a while. I feel like we'll be playing this game.
Oh yeah,
Like
Gotcha.
for sure. Yeah. It just feels so good.
yeah.
And welcome in everybody but JDT. Oh my God.
JD, what's good? DJ Collective.
Yo. What's happening?
Chillin', bro.
That's what's up, man.
Oh my goodness, that is just
Welcome in.
This is great.
Yes, let's get it. GG's.
I got it.
To fight.
Okay, Gogeta out here going crazy.
That's that all that hate from Saz. She
Where's
did
the
that.
arch nemesis? Where's arch nemesis
Like-
Hall at?
She like Kevin
That's what
Hart.
I'm
Blame
saying.
Saz.
He in here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Arch Nemesis Holler in here?
Is my man PB in here? Is that PB?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
P to
sir.
the B?
PB.
Go, man.
DJ, he's
Man,
ruining our
man,
friendship.
Put that room code in here, boy. Get in here.
Oh, I'm putting it.
Put it in there. Hurry up. You took too long.
I
Took
love
too
it.
long, man.
I'm
Took too
putting
long.
it.
Uh-oh, there he is.
Took too long, bro.
Oh, man.
9 digits.
We in here.
Let's go.
This is great.
How's your evening going?
Not too bad,
I
man.
love this damn game. Like,
Pretty good. How you doing, DJ?
Doing good, doing good. Just enjoying the company, man. We out here having a good time.
hell yeah. I hate we can't play this shit with Shere Khan and them.
Dude,
That's what I'm saying.
I was so sad earlier. I'm like, man, they're having a great time.
I'm saying,
I just want to talk shit. Like, give me a web socket. Give me a web socket or something. Let me connect to them fools. Like, let me get over
Right? Come on.
it.
That's what they need to do. If they don't give us crossplay, we need to figure out how to like make it look like we playing from a different console.
Some shit.
You
Some.
wanna take on a Super Saiyan like me?
Sassy, don't go cry in the car. Don't do that. What is it, JDC? Oh, JDC was talking about this character.
GDT Holler.
Where you looking?
Oh!
Any characters stick out to you, DJ?
I've been liking for the most part. Ooh. Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me get that full power. Why aren't we getting that full power?
Oh, wrong.
Wait, whoa. What's we both lost each other there. Hold on, what we looking at?
Y'all funny.
Oh, I knew he was gonna get out of there. Get out of Dodge.
Too far. That one you gotta be kind of close up.
He gonna keep dodging it. He gonna keep dodging it.
Fuck that.
Okay.
Where you looking?
Ooh.
Hide from me.
Good stuff. Come on. Get it together, cat. Come on.
I'm ending this now.
Oh.
Like that. Great job, buddy.
That's it. I should have known he was charging.
Oh no.
GG's.
Yes, sir. GG, baby.
GG, man.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, there's some obvious like hitters in this game. I've been liking Gogeta.
I'll skip. So
UI Goku is bananas.
That UI Goku is
Oh, is
top
he
tier.
here?
Yeah, he's.
FPD in the building.
Uh-oh.
I stepped aside so y'all can
God.
have this.
Yo, I
Uh-oh.
respect you, man. Respect that.
Easy.
You got to knock him off his streak.
Yeah,
I'm
see
About
what's
to
going
PP
on.
nuts. Come on, I'm better than
Oh,
him.
sorry.
Hell no, PP is crazy out here, boy.
Chef said he gonna get an Xbox just to give him the hands. Oh my god.
PP over here lying in chats, man. He be lying in chats, man. Don't believe the hype.
Dang.
Caught the buddy
Bad.
today lying in chats. Something about, yeah, holler better than me. I'm like, this motherfucker right here. Whooped my ass all last night. Then gonna come here and I'm better than him.
See, that's why we gotta catch up.
Yep.
The epic get back from last night, PB.
I try to read, you know, you got no
Yeah.
comments. Holler's a guy. And I know
Ain't
who he's
nobody,
coming
man.
out
Ain't
with.
no-
I know who he's coming out with.
Nope, I ain't even
I
bring
know
him
who he's
this time.
coming out with.
See you next time with him. If it don't go
I know
well
who
this
he's
time,
Getting
coming
that
out.
UI?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That point, yeah.
Oh.
The battle continues, does it?
Let's go, JD. Let's go, JD.
Let's go.
Get ready for the next battle.
Like,
Right? PB got that Broly out.
yeah, bro, go to tight.
That's what I've been meaning.
Okay, all right. So JDT, who would you say is your main right now? Is it the Boo?
Nah, hell nah. Goku.
It's the go. It's the UI
I like the
Goku.
blue hair. I like the blue hair, JD. Let me join you.
Yeah, the blue hair. Yeah.
Join you, bro.
So you belong to the race.
Oh man.
Good shit, boy.
Oh.
I'm a heavy
Okay.
hitter. I'm a heavy hitter, JD.
Yeah. So sick.
We about even here right now. What's it gonna be? Uh oh.
Now I'm mad.
You was fighting with him earlier. He was giving you a hand. I'm telling you, dude.
JD, come over here.
This is practice for me. I'm getting into now too. Uh-oh. He said I had to let the blue hair go. Hold on. Woo! Are we watching an anime or are we playing a game?
Nigga, my son got that. He got smoked.
Oh. Oh.
Wake up.
Oh. Oh.
Chill, let me buddy.
Oh my God. That's scary, man.
Oh.
Oh, the direct hit. All right.
No,
Man, he yelling Kakarot. He ain't even here. Okay. Ah, the knee of death. GG's.
Yo, good fight, Holler.
That is why I fuck with the homie, man. Good GG, boy.
GG.
That is why he is the homie, man.
That was fire.
That was so fire.
What's the objective? Well,
Murder, death, kill. Murder, death, kill.
Murder, death, kill. There you go.
Hey, Chloe.
Step into the Thunderdome. Only one person leaves.
We're doing a win limit, 2 win limit, 3 win limit.
Nah, I might end up like told you three or four in a row. They let me just stay there.
Yeah, we just got King of the Hill going.
Everybody's still learning, so it's gonna flip flop.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to act like you're gonna be there for 10 wins or something.
Come on, dude.
How long we got? How long we got? How long?
Don't
how long I gotta be
underestimate.
number
Don't
one?
underestimate my skills.
How long I
It's
got to
me.
be number one?
It's me, PB.
Oh, Lord.
That's really stupid, dog. That's why.
Yeah, Jay, don't do that.
That's a big boy.
All you gotta do is hit the 8 mode, though. Hit the 8 mode, boy. Go ahead, match her.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah.
Universe 7, we got He's Universe 5. We get to kill him. We'll let his universe be eradicated. Which is that with Dragonball.
I'm like, we just gonna sit here.
Somebody good at fighting the big characters.
I've been practicing. I don't even know what's going on. What is homie doing? Uh-oh, it ain't what I'm looking for.
He transformed into his ultimate. Oh.
Oh.
Let's go.
Oh. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let's see what we can do here. Can we come back? Nope. Oh my God. GG's.
Yo, good day.
That's your Nimba in the beginning. That's a big character.
That's a big boy.
Crazy.
And the
See?
connection
It's clean.
is really good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
clean.
yeah. It's well, everything that's going on is no stutter to it.
Not at all.
It's
Not at all.
games that got less going on, that shit be stuttering. You know what I mean? Like this shit got all this going on. It's like all these frames happening at one time, and this shit
Right.
don't like miss a beat.
That's crazy. Like it's actually crazy. Oh my god. It's crazy how the lobby gets so quiet. Like there's no music in the lobby.
Yeah.
I feel like there should be
Yeah.
music in the
You
lobby.
gotta drop some tunes. I wish you could drop tunes in like Discord. Y'all can listen to my shit.
Yeah. I've been enjoying the like in-game music. I could turn it off and play something, but I was, you know, it's kind of fire.
Oh, you're gonna spar with me? Really?
You thinking of main and Gohan, JV? Oh, okay.
Good smack up.
There should be lobby music. Yeah, there should. There's a lot of good music already in the game too, so could just pick any of them. Yamcha just said, "I got something to prove."
Right? Damn.
I seen the memes about me.
I'm not the
Wolfang Fist. My God, that look fire.
Yeah, dude. My first time seeing that.
Same.
My first time seeing Yamcha being even used in the game. Like,
For real.
I've been cooking a little in the lab, bro.
It's crazy because Yamcha was that dude in DBZ. Like, I mean, well, you know, just Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z, but man, it was crazy.
everything is changed.
No.
Oh, oh, the pressure. Oh, the pressure.
Don't let him do this.
I have not had enough time to practice.
Yeah, this is practice
No, you
right
good,
now
bro.
for me.
Right, yeah.
It's
This is
practice for all of us. Yeah,
Yeah, this is the practice right here.
that Broly's solid.
Oh, we back at it.
Right?
The Broly's scary.
Look who it is. Look who it is.
Oh, holla.
And here we are again.
For anybody
Crazy
watching,
shit.
we got the room code pinned, so join in
Oh,
if you
I
feel
need
like
that.
it.
You have my shit too.
Yeah, definitely. You want me to post it over there on yours? I can do that.
Yeah, bro. My man.
Man, this game.
Yeah, it's game fire, man.
Stop cheating, bro. Stop cheating. He's cheating.
I knew you were
Right.
going to do the time to power up, so I came in my best.
I gave it my best.
Put you in your grave.
Here we go.
This is awesome.
I don't have time to
I'm
waste.
too mad. Let Prestige out here talking about loser plays Chaozu.
Right.
We should, like, one day we should do something like that. Loser plays somebody.
You lucky I was lucky I was playing sweet, you motherfucker.
Oh.
Going through matches, I lost my whole bar of health. Okay.
After all.
Okay.
Wrong way, man. Wrong way, buddy.
Hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
To die on.
Ooh, this is rough. You got this. Uh-huh. We got a match. It's crazy you can actually, as a spectator, switch the camera.
The characters, yeah. Fire.
That is so fire.
Come on, nigga.
Oh, what's it gonna be? Oh! That's it. That's it.
You almost butterball out there. Boy started with a whole outfit on.
Like it's almost scary getting them beam struggles.
Yo, bruh. I love it.
You just hope, like, please let me come out on the other side of this. Like, please.
Gotta boost that thing.
You guys want to play though? I might set that down. Watch it a couple.
Stop playing. Stop playing.
I'm being humble, bro. I want to play. You play, bro.
Stop playing.
The DJ stream. Oh, DJ readied up. Got my answer.
Yeah, come on.
You want the hands?
Got my answer.
I'm streaming too. It's all right.
All right.
I think we all are, honestly.
What's your jump, bro?
All right, this is what we're about to do here.
PB, you streaming?
The time is now.
Who's streaming? Who else is streaming?
I think it's me, you, and JV. It's my brother, by the way, y'all, JV.
What's good, bro?
What it do?
What's your Twitch, bro?
Hey there. I've been looking for
James
Black Star
Von
Dragonball. Got any idea where they are?
This is. What is this? DJ, what the fuck is this matchup?
Somebody had to take this guy down.
He's him. JD.
Sure. I already follow you, bro.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we in here.
See, I done ran out of energy on that.
Don't fuck with him. Oh, y'all. Yeah, don't. No, you ain't
Wait.
It's dope to switch in between the views. People are clicking the right shit.
All right, JD. Let me match that energy real quick.
Nope. You taking it all out.
Okay, all right.
I'll give you a.
Hey, y'all can give a thumbs up. That's what's up. Oh boy, this changed. I don't know.
He changed it. Super Saiyan 4. Let's go, man. I'm rooting for the wrong person.
He said I'm rooting for the wrong person.
That was just dope, though.
Ooh. Like, that'd be crazy, Jiren turning to him like that.
I'm already following you as well.
This will end it. Times 10.
Oh, I don't know what's about to happen here, man. Ah!
Over there.
No! GG's.
Yeah, good fight, bro. You scared me that Fury came out with his baby lotion on. That shit was crazy.
Not the baby lotion. Fire.
Yeah, it's so like bland in the lobby.
Man, really?
And then you get back to the lobby, it's like,
Yeah, you're like, oh. But it's just,
y'all like
quiet.
y'all like Dragon Ball 2? Yeah, man, it's pretty
Yeah,
good.
you like Dragon
Yeah,
Ball?
man.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
You play it?
Play that new joint. Yeah, that's just cool.
Pretty good. 17 years, you know. Come on.
17 years.
Yeah, I be playing sometimes. Every once in a while.
We playing sometimes, you know.
Sometimes. I don't play every day or nothing like that, but you know.
The fact that this roster, this giant roster, is getting DLC is absolutely bonkers to me.
Yeah, it's
Like who?
Well, I say that they need to because like I don't know if they go back or something, or you get a different version. But Vegeta should start off in the
A perfect
the
opportunity to test the results
Frieza
of my
shit.
training.
Talking about like what is it like
episode jump.
oh yeah. I'm hoping still for the like
So I feel like you can. I think somewhere it's probably like an earlier version probably unlocked or something like that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. I definitely want to see like a grown Gotenks. That'd be pretty dope.
And this joint only what 30 gigs?
Right? Sky's the limit to me.
So if this joint only 100 gigs, oh my god.
That's how you do it. You can literally just keep pressing that. I'm out here giving thumbs up right now. Oh, it's for both of y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, we can all add it. That's what's up.
Suck it up, man. Yeah, give that like.
Right. Y'all go, man. Oh.
Like the donuts.
Woo.
The move tracks. It has a crazy track in this.
Oh, this guy. I knew he won. He gonna be on the sideline. On the sideline.
He came in here and was like, all these matches mine.
I don't mind. After this one, I'm gonna sit at one.
Nah, man.
Nah, you good. You good. You good.
I don't want to be that guy. I really don't. I'm not trying to be a smart ass. Because I know you guys want to play each other too, bro.
We trying to just get better, man.
Yeah, man.
We're all trying to just get better. That's it.
It just makes it more hungry to get there.
Good though.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god. To prove me wrong. You thought a barrier would work. You thought a barrier would work, GGT.
The cell? Oh my god.
You got regular cell too. Like you know,
Right? He's like, watch this.
He gonna transform throughout the whole fight. So he gonna be cell. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta make it cinematic, bro.
Yeah. Gotta make good content. I'm making good content for y'all.
Yeah, good content. Alright, let's see. Okay, okay. Man, it's crazy with these bots lately on Twitch. My God.
Yo, who is that?
Like, bro.
The boss been going crazy.
Oh, it's 17.
He just be standing there. What? Oh. Oh man.
Ooh!
No.
Oh.
God damn it, there's so many pedestrians. Hold on, let me get them out the way.
Oh boy.
This is my perfect form.
Check out my perfect form.
My perfect form.
It's perfect.
You thought a barrier would work.
Too slow.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Turning up the heat with that speed. Oh man, oh man.
The camera.
Toss a like on in there. I got y'all. I got you.
Get up, bro.
Ooh.
Some more lights up in there, yeah.
Let's go, Harlem. This is it.
It's for all the marbles.
I commend you.
See how many lights you can get up in here before they
Oh,
go
this
in.
fucking barrier is gonna work.
Oh boy. Did you rush in? Oh, he
Move, make you rush in. Make you rush in.
Man,
Looked like that barrier worked.
I knew my barrier would work.
Yo, Cher, welcome in.
Cheer Khan in the building.
Let's go. Yeah, let me give you a shout out, bro.
Con.
Go
I
to
miss
the
this.
bottom.
It's the con.
Con, you missed the barrier work.
Girl, you broke.
Yeah, well, you guys play that new Dragon Ball? Very nice.
Y'all tried it yet? I mean, it hurts pretty good.
That's a pretty good game. Yeah.
Yeah.
A
I
lot of
might just try
characters.
it like one of these days.
I heard the worst enemy is the Great Ape Vegeta.
Yeah, I heard something about that.
He was marked
Right
in
now, the worst
shadows.
enemy is this guy named PB, man. He's I saw his watching him.
Yeah, this man PG, man.
Hello, baby.
Khan in the
Now-
building.
Now Con can finally see my strength.
Let's do this.
I'll shoot PB and J. Yes, we all here, bro.
Yes, sir.
JDT, so PB and JDT.
I'll take care of this.
Not the canon matchup.
You're done.
Oh, he don't get the sword though.
Yo, thank you for that subscription, JDC. What's good?
Oh, I rock with him. Oh, mess with him.
I don't know you, Jeff. I don't know.
Go next match we fight. You'll remember the name.
What's that guy name? I know. Oh, the metal look cool as fuck too.
Right, it looks really good.
But he actually
Actually looks like metal and not some like
Yeah.
dull colored thing.
like 10. Yeah, like this motherfucker went. Needs some microwave aluminum foil, put it on freezer.
Burning attack.
Oh,
Burning attack. Oh.
too far, huh? Okay.
Here goes.
Oh my God, no. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Power.
This is the end for you.
Let's go.
Taking it
Give
up.
me a second. I'm just catching a breather. You know what I'm saying? Oh, just in time. Oh, I spent so much on that. Have fun. Have fun.
See if you can take this.
Ooh. Ooh. That might be it. That might be it. No.
Bro, what the vibration on the control? You can feel every hit, dude. He said, I don't need it.
How you still got all them?
Here goes.
Oh my God, I walked right into that. GG's. GG's, man. GG's.
No one stands in the way of
Ain't no-
eternal peace.
GG.
Someone play hit.
I'll play hit.
I've been thinking about it, yeah.
I'll play hit. I got you.
Let's
I
go,
got
man.
you.
We got the raid in the building.
Man, I can't believe
Okay.
JDT
The
is
raid.
here, my
Hey,
boy
Ray.
JB.
Let's go.
Raise, let's go.
PlayStation boys. I'm rubbing my
Man,
hands like
Nico, what's
Birdman
good,
right
bro?
now.
Appreciate that raid, man. How you feeling? How's the stream? Come here, Raiders, man. Holla. Playing with the
JDT.
guys. Get my arse whoops. Talking shit.
Same.
Yeah, same.
You know.
All of that.
How you
Thank
feeling, man?
y'all
How's the
for
stream?
supporting the homie JDT.
If I say JDT on the bottom, I'm gonna be rubbing my hands together like Birdman. Might have been looking crazy. JDT.
Hey, stream's going great, bro. We playing this DBZ,
snap.
man. It's nuts. It is nuts, man.
We got you on that hit match coming up right now, Prestige.
Uh-oh. Not hit in the building. How you been doing, bro?
Get ready for the next battle.
Hey.
Oh, Lord. Oh, okay.
Oh wait, no hit yet. No hit yet. We will have hit coming up.
We will both continue to get stronger and stronger. Don't you think?
Yeah, that's the whole purpose of this, Goku.
Yep. In a nutshell, yeah. Easy for him to say when he can literally autonomously dodge any punch.
I'm saying.
But, hey, I'll work on it, Goku. I got you. Damn, JDT got mad.
Right? He got like 2 extra bars. Yo, Brand, welcome in. Welcome in. Give you a quick shout out real quick. How's your night going?
Won't go down like this.
Super sway.
Hola.
Take this.
Welcome in. Welcome in. No problem. No problem. We need you in here. We all got it on PlayStation, by the way, as advertised. I don't know what you know. Of course, you can choose, but PS5, we out here. We are out here right now. Good. Just watch Agatha in Discord. Oh yeah, me and my girl are gonna watch that tonight. It's gonna be nice. Very excited. MK right now, of course. Hey, that's what's up. Yeah, how's that going? I know the last time I was over on your stream, you were working on, was it Cyrax? Or was it Sector? I think it was Cyrax. This game is still so confusing. Yeah, that's why you gotta get with the crew and like just, you know, kind of just learn it for the most part. Okay, I thought it was Cyrax, yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, I hope it's been going well though. Yeah, we over here just trying to understand all of this at the same time.
No. Oh, Lord.
Ooh.
They attack.
GG's.
How about we fight again?
What you got going on, Nico? Welcome in,
Fuck
Raiders.
up for nothing,
Shit,
Dad.
yeah, bro.
Always killing me.
Okay.
That was the strongest form he
Uh-oh.
possibly could achieve and killed me.
He always kills me.
Cyrax from MK, Chef?
Cyrax from the hit game Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
Did you come in my stream when I was playing Space Marine 2? I did. Yeah, Space Marine 2 looks fire. I cannot wait to play that game. That looks good. Because that's what the random I played with earlier's name is. Really? His name was Cyrax? That's funny.
Fire in the building.
All right, y'all. Good luck.
Thank you.
You see, you died 250,000 times. Oh my God. I can only imagine. That game looked tough. But see, I'm there for that. Like, I used to play the hardest difficulty on, like, Gears of War back in the day a lot. And that was fire. It was hard. It was real hard, but we were able to do it. It made it feel that much more sweet, you know? Babe got you past that part? Hey, sometimes that's what it takes. That extra help is very nice. Okay, here's the hit. Let Prestige your hit. You was tripping. I'm like, wait. So you met a person named Cyrax. Hopefully they play MK. Okay. Ooh. Man, that hit is fire.
You cannot win.
Okay. Ooh. What? What exactly happened right there?
I don't even fucking know.
Did hit go through him? Ooh, fire.
Motherfucker, block that shit. Fuck
Yep. And it's dangerous too. You mixed the fuck out of him, though? So you were thinking someone was coming back for revenge? I'm coming back for revenge from that match earlier. Hold on, me ain't getting them no likes, y'all. Let's put some likes in the chat. Come on.
No,
There we go.
hold on. Like,
Oh, yeah, let's put some love in there. You get anything for that, by the way?
Yeah, I see them.
Like, do you get XP or something? I'm guessing.
Try to keep up.
Man, this is fire, this match right now.
right?
No fucking way.
Oh! That was dope. That was dope. That was dope.
Fart man, hit him with the fart man.
That was definitely dope. That's what's up, yo. GG's.
That was fire, bro.
Yeah,
GG's,
GG's
man.
for sure.
GG's. GG's, man. That was fire.
Ooh.
It really was.
This game pretty cool, y'all.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
I heard
pretty
about
cool
that
game.
new Spark
Dragonball.
I brought that one back. Man.
Yeah, man, I heard it's pretty good.
How crazy would it be if they like made like a fourth Tenkaichi series?
Yeah, that'd be pretty crazy.
That'd be pretty cool.
A lot of characters they can work with, like maybe one of 100 characters that could come out. You know what I mean?
There's just so many characters in the game.
I love it.
Nice one.
Crazy.
What are you waiting for?
DJ, you don't even want that character. DJ, you don't even want that character.
I'm sitting there like, wait a minute. Who?
Here comes my ultimate attack.
Everybody's so quiet. Let's get some likes in the chat.
Oh. I think that was our first stutter there. Oh my god.
Like that body of yours. Change now.
I don't know what's about to happen here. There we go. I'm like, wait a minute.
My ultimate attack.
Ooh.
Here comes my ultimate attack.
I don't know what's going on with this power up to the very limit stuff.
So you got God damn.
Oh, Jesus.
That's like 9,000 damage like that. You gotta switch body.
Here comes my ultimate attack.
Hey, we did it! Oh my god.
The raid boss.
Oh, we beat the raid boss. GG's, man. That was fire.
The raid boss.
I was trying to get that body change. It wasn't happening.
I didn't know how to evade it, so I was like, I'm gonna just dash. Hopefully that works.
This guy. He over here playing, talking about I was trying to do body shade so I could beat you with Gogeta.
Hey, the win's a win, bro.
I was just here playing around. I was just
A win's a win, bro.
Bird looking left. Oh man. Not bird looking left.
Nice one.
I don't know why I changed my character. Thank you, Sassy. Thank you for that GG.
FBI, open up!
Dang, the FBI here? They must trying to see these fire matches. Come on in, boys.
I'm trying to pick up them sticks. 6.
Like, wash your hands first. I don't know where y'all been. Infinity Bird. Infinity Bird. Waiting for connection. This is new.
No, I think the other person's still trying to figure it
Yeah,
out.
I'm still.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
Sorry about that.
No, you good.
I'm here.
Say what?
So hungry for battle,
Brother.
It's me!
It's me versus me.
Winner take all.
Which Goku is this? OG?
You've definitely
I'm gonna have to
gotten
find
better.
out.
You have to find out.
You're still not
Oh,
strong
man,
enough
you-
to beat me.
You setting up traps now. You got a whole new. Whoa.
Running up the legs. I'm running up the legs.
Ooh.
Running up the legs.
Well,
Interesting.
okay, both power up. I'll take it.
Waiting, huh?
Come on.
Here comes my ultimate attack. Not bad.
I ran up 110 legs. Oh, we still
He
going.
did. He did. I've been
Oh,
running
he's
them
still
up
going.
the whole time. You ain't been doing that by yourself.
Let's go. I'm running legs until this match is over.
It's over.
Give me everything you've got.
Now let the Goku say, I got something on my shoulder.
My ultimate attack.
Yeah, they did the colors so good in this game, dude.
They did.
Like everything, dog. All the details, man.
Look at the stage in the back. Like, pretty nice. No walls.
GG's, bro.
How many likes
GG's.
did we get up? How many likes?
I don't even shoot. The last time I looked,
We was pressing that shit till the fucking since
Yeah.
the match started, bro.
so let me see. Like, I don't see if it does anything. I guess it's just like the support. I don't know.
Wow, that was clean.
Good job.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Good like to no like ratio.
Yeah, that
Bro,
stage
you
also
likes on
inspired.
Sparking Zero. Don't talk to me. Don't sit next to me at lunch if you don't get Sparking Zero likes, bro.
Right?
Oh boy.
Oh, we confident in the characters.
Oh.
Body's tingling.
Oh boy.
Winner take all.
Oh, his body's tingling.
Get ready for the next battle.
Power and speed.
Good luck,
Beyond my
boys.
normal limits.
Yes, sir. He's gonna dance. This is about
Let's
to be
go.
crazy. I'm gonna me can't believe that we're like actually still playing this.
Now we're still playing it? Oh!
They don't even want to hit me right now. Feels like a fever dream that we're actually playing Sparking Zero.
Right? Ooh, oh! Oh, nice. Through the grab, or through the guard.
Interesting. I'll send
Okay.
you to the next world with this ultra big bang. Kamehameha!
Yes!
Oh my.
Oh!
This is the
My
ultimate.
goodness. Gee, jeez.
Whoa.
Charging up, boy. You gotta let that shit go. You gotta let that shit go. It's gonna hold you in the animation. I was trying to see what's gonna happen. It's gonna hold you in the animation. Like before, when you was doing that shit, I had an option to let that shit go, and I kept on holding it. So then they made me hold it through the whole shit. Even though I let it go afterwards. You know what I mean? Like they made me hold. Nah, you was holding it when the animation activated. You was holding it. So you gonna keep on holding it.
Yeah, they'll lock you in there. Yeah.
That's what all
Well,
these
you locked
games
in.
though.
You locked in because they gave you a split second to like let it go. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They give you like when you see somebody shit start, you gotta let that shit go. You be charging up. If not, they can rock your ass.
You gotta get a dash in immediately. But the timing is like, that's the thing. I've been learning like to play more like less, you know, just more defensively, because you never know, man. Like somebody could pop off something like that and it won't give you much time. Yeah.
It takes 2 bars instantly from you.
How many lives?
Ooh. I was like 100 or something.
My man.
This match going crazy.
Oh, someone put the spirit bomb hand. They're giving me energy.
Ooh. Is this a charge up? Okay, that's a charge up. Oh my god, homie got buff.
This is really me.
Oh! That was fire, bro.
This is Dragonball.
My ultimate attack.
Okay, straight through that. You still charged up? That's crazy.
This is the end.
I should have moved. I don't know why I didn't. Look at them effects, bro.
The particles.
Yeah.
Let's go down here.
Now they go up to you.
Oh!
In the car. Yeah. GG's.
It's over 9,000.
Good games.
Scary. He's scary. He's a scary guy.
Figuring it out. Figuring it out.
Scary guy, bro.
Thank you for that share.
I see you.
Yo, we figuring it out now.
Cooking.
For real. Share, how's the night going, man? Family doing all right?
You're not good at this game.
Oh my god. Let's go. Let's go. Gogeta's angry.
2 hours later.
Yo, Sassy, thank you for the GG.
Shere Khan in the building, boy.
That's what I'm saying.
I so wish you could hop in this shit. Like
For real. That would be dope.
You know how long I've been waiting for this?
I'm
about to make a name for myself here.
You're not scared, are you?
Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
Now I have to fight.
Alright.
Do it.
Ooh. In my face? Wow. I think he like went right to the left of it.
Interesting.
Nice.
I'll send you to the next world with this ultra big bang.
Amaryllis, thank you for the daily check-in. Welcome in. He blocked all that.
Interesting.
It's a crazy fight.
I'll be right back.
All right.
BRB.
Woo! GG's. Welcome back, Alice. GG's, man. Oh my God.
This might
I'm
be
making
Dragon Ball. This might be Dragon Ball.
I heard it was. I heard it was Dragon.
This might be Dragon Ball, bro.
It looks like it. Is
Nah,
it?
you gotta change your pictures. Why am I the only one with a Broly picture? What's going on here?
How do you do
I was
that?
thinking about that. How you do that?
Oh,
You
you
go
can
to
triangle.
your player card.
Well, don't start yet, y'all. Don't start.
We can't. JDT.
Oh, you gotta do it in the menu.
JDT's not here right now. You're halfway through dinner. Got a 15-minute cooldown. I feel you. I feel you, man.
Training.
You got to get in here because we figuring some stuff out. Bonnet, thank you for that daily check-in. Bonnet, welcome in. I don't know if you just got in here because I hope I didn't miss you, but
Oh yeah, we can't change now. That's it.
welcome in. Welcome in. The match is gonna start regardless in 23 seconds. Should I? Well, if I back out, it don't really matter. Oh, yeah.
Bottom, let's go.
I had thought he was still waiting.
No, you good, bro. It's the bathroom, man.
Oh, you been lurking for like 45 minutes? No problem, no problem. And it's all good, man. We know how it is. Need to go do that. What you gotta do.
DJ lock in.
All right, let's do this. Oh snap! From the jump this time.
From the jump.
Chef, where you at?
Oh my goodness.
Everything meets its end by the power of destruction.
All right, let's go. Let's go. My feet. I'm a little embarrassed by that.
Give me everything you
How do y'all get over this so fast?
I should be doing that sometimes. Ooh! Actually, do that.
you'll see.
Woo! Fire. Whoa.
I do this every day.
Ooh, 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 ooh. He got me on this one. Let's see. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get out of that.
Y'all need some lights. Hold on.
Everything.
Come on, let me out of this. Let me out of this. Nope. He said,
Interesting.
no. Give me one more chance. No. No. I'm afraid to power up. Let me just do this. No! GG's. Good game. That was fire.
A worthless spectacle.
See, I love that though because it like forces you like to think about situations like what can I do in this situation? That was fire though.
Oh,
You see, did I miss anything? Got them quick feet. Yeah, my quick feet. My quick feet was missing. Sitting there attacking nothing. Yeah, this Dragon Ball game is pretty good. I like it a lot.
yeah, I
This
played
shit
it
is
once.
fire, dog. Like fire.
It's absolutely fire.
It's the reactions and stuff. Like it's all the things.
Oh,
man.
y'all back?
Dodging, the disappearing, the the teleporting, all that. It's all, bruh. And at any time, you can catch somebody with a move that take away like 2
You
bars.
wish to fight me for real?
It's for real.
You have no idea
Like-
how crazy you sound.
That's the dangerous part about it, right? Like,
Yeah, it's like playing with a razor.
Think you're ready for
yeah. Because you're like, all right, it might not do too much. I might survive that. Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I ate that one. That was the wrong one to eat. That was
Right.
the wrong one to eat right there. Like,
Where are you looking?
Like, I need to watch out for that.
would have been a half a bar, but because I ate this one, that was 2 bars. That's big difference.
Oh, yeah. So we pulled out the Whis. He said, bro, who is this that's cheating? Which one are you talking about? Talking about Whis? You got 30 minutes before you turn into a pumpkin. Into a pumpkin, huh?
turn to chocolate.
I'll play with you for a little while.
He didn't turn to chocolate.
Take that and that. Was that
So what is that? You just got to be in range?
For Whis' move, yeah, that one.
Okay.
That swinging shit he did, you gotta be in range for that shit.
Ooh.
But that one's always been like, even in the I feel like Xenoverse, that move was short like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. You said Whis is a god? Yeah, Whis is a god. Honestly, this dude has been destroying from what I hear. Whis against Oob is cheating.
crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Whis is definitely a problem.
No.
Oh, you know you got bedtime? Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate everybody for stopping through here tonight, man. Like, I know it'd be late.
Thank you, everybody.
Oh, you
Thank
gonna lose
you.
your head?
You guys love Dragon Ball?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, new
Pretty
game
good.
just came out. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Is that what you guys love? Dragon Ball? Is that what it's called?
Sparking 7?
Sparking.
Something about sparking. Sparkling? Like sparkling water?
Spark plugs. Got it.
Sparking. This shit is fire. What sparks? Fire point zero. Shit should be called Fire point zero. Like that's what this shit
Fire.
is. Fire point zero.
Or
Like,
just heat.
it's more than heat. This shit is boy. Listen, I'm more than just warm. I'm more than just warm right now. You know what I mean? Like.
We burning up, sparking.
Boy, listen, it's a fire. You got some fire in the title. What that sparking shit is playing around. Sparking zero. Shit, y'all lying. Y'all lying. Your ass is off.
Yeah, I guess we playing Sparking Zero.
Yeah.
5.1.
5.1. I'm trying, Sassy. I'm trying. Let me see. Do some 6 p.m. streams. I have been thinking about doing some earlier streams, but sometimes it's rough because everybody that normally comes around, I don't know if you guys are around during that time or not, you know? Like, just want to make sure that people are going to be around. Usually we get a nice group of people together around this time. So I feel like it's not terrible. And I appreciate that, you know, everybody makes the time to come through, of course. Oh, we got Bojack?
I'm never playing around. No.
Oh, man.
I know you're not. But
DJ, do you switch characters?
Do I switch characters?
Because you can switch camera, I guess.
Oh, yeah, I do it all the time. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty sick, man. It's seamless, too.
Right?
seamless, dog. It's crazy.
That's what I mean. All of it is seamless.
You want me full power? Gotcha.
You want me full power?
Right here. Let me take my shirt off.
I'm like, oh, here we go. This Ganondorf looking. Man, it's Ganondorf now.
The timing is immaculate.
You get off work at 8. Your time every day. See what I'm saying? Around bedtime, I'm geriatric, honey. Look, I'm trying. All right, what I'm gonna do probably, because I'm normally my streams are Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So I'm thinking about but the last couple weeks I've been doing this every day, man. It's been awesome. But you know, I am also job hunting at the moment, so I'm hoping that I can lock down something so I can do more for the stream, man. I want to do a lot more, but I'm capped right now.
Over.
But that's something we're gonna take care of. Dang, my God.
GG.
If you had submitted,
GG's.
maybe you might have lived. a
That one was
little
bad.
longer.
Rose in the building.
Yo, Bojack looks sick.
Yeah, right.
Sparking Zero, huh?
He looks.
He had
so
a-
Yeah, I heard about that game.
Yeah.
It comes out soon.
Yeah.
To think we're playing
Tomorrow?
this shit at this level, fucking bad, like before
Dude.
the game even officially releases, is fucking nuts, bro.
That's crazy. I feel bad for the people tomorrow. It's gonna be a bloodbath.
Yeah.
They about to lose. They about to be like, "What
Get your money. You need that? I do. I do need that. I need that bad. So again, like I said, I just appreciate that everybody's been coming through because that's obviously been helping me just keep the stream going. And you know, that's really a big thing that I would like to, you know, make sure I stay on top of. So regardless of even when I get this new position, when I, you know, get a position, we gonna go hard still on these streams. And like I said, I want to do more for the stream. So we'll see what happens. And I've just been, you know, spending as much time as I can to try to get something going. Want to make you guys proud of me. Who we got? Uh-oh.
Let's make this a good fight. And if you lose, well, no complaints.
Do they got granola on here?
Go Gita,
Fine
let's
by
go.
me.
All right, let's
I don't know
go.
if they have granola in here.
That's smart. You're like, where is he though? Right here. Oh.
Nice one.
That's sick.
My ultimate attack.
Ooh. Ooh.
I tried the instant transmission.
Ooh. Fire. Ooh.
Here comes my ultimate attack.
Oh. Okay.
Here comes my ultimate attack.
Only bad thing about this? No. Yes. Oh my God, that grab is clean.
Ooh, that was nice. Ooh.
Come on. Give it to me. No. GG's.
Yeah, good game, bro.
Oh, that was fire. That was definitely fire.
The Gogeta showdown.
For real. GT versus Super, right?
No, yeah, wait, yeah.
That was fire. Yeah, it's pretty good games.
You want a specific stage, JB, or?
Nah, I'm down for whatever.
Let's hit the cell games, bro.
I'm still trying to.
Oh yeah, that's fire.
Trying to focus on understanding all of these characters.
It's just the thing of like, you know, when you got two good players that know how to like work that you know, the counter system, it gets intense quick. Like people go flying left to right. Book. Okay. That's more of a pause situation, but you know.
Hey yo.
Alright, boo. Okay. No!
really fires me up.
All right. I'm about to be liking the entire match. Thumbs up the entire time. See what we can get up to. Ooh. Ooh.
You know how
that's
long
fire.
I've been waiting for this?
Wow.
Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
I'm about to make a name for myself. Okay, okay.
I'm not done yet.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh, no, don't take.
You heard Joker was the best movie? Oh my God. It's the best example of what not to do in a movie. Dude, these effects. Oh! Rasengan? I mean,
The button, man. The button, man.
ooh.
Break this 250. Break this 250. Let's go.
Yes, let's go. Look at that. Can we break that 300? I think we can.
Let's go. 300.
Hey.
You cheating, man. It's okay. You doing
Okay.
.com.
And playing in hell.
Oh no.
Ooh. GG's.
To be killed by the most powerful being in the universe.
GG's, man.
Holla.
Uh-oh.
You know what time it is.
Uh-oh.
I couldn't beat the final boss this time.
Fuck. I don't want to be that guy, bro.
He be cheating.
It's when the whole lobby gunning for you.
Guess that's a good thing on my end, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot more practice.
Yeah.
I know he be cheating. He the only one that changed his profile picture. He the only one that changed his profile picture.
Right? That's why.
Mhm.
Yeah, because we don't have profile pictures yet.
That's right.
Nah, that's all it is,
The
man.
power of swag.
We'll try what one of these. Oh,
How
still,
long
still.
we been streaming? I just had some water. Woo, I needed that.
Hour 46 minutes for me. I can't believe it's almost 2 hours and we.
Yeah,
Man.
I would
Right.
say too.
Because it's a vibe. 'Cause
For
we're
real.
vibing right now.
Yeah, dog,
For
this shit
real.
is fun. Dog,
It
this
really
shit-
is.
I didn't even
Time
notice.
flies when you. Oh no, I didn't mean to get him. Fuck.
Uh-oh, who we got? Who we got?
Who
Don't spoil it, don't spoil it, don't spoil it. Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, yes. I want to see some ooh.
Aw, I don't really want to fight against you, though. Let's make this a good fight.
Like, you could just tell this game was made by people who just love Dragon Ball Z, man.
Exactly.
Gotcha. I'm not done yet.
And I'm here for that. Like, I'm looking at the water in the background. Look at that, man. That looks so clean.
Listening.
Like, this planet ain't never looked this good.
Nah, not with all this that's going on, dog. The water-
Nah. And it's flowing.
Hell
Oh, okay.
nah. Wait.
Gotcha.
Oh, let me get them likes in too. Hold on, what am I doing?
I see you.
Dang, I forgot how much we got up to last match. It was like 300 something.
Yeah, I'm a fun.
Here we go. Solar flare.
Yeah, you gotta be a lot closer for that solar flare.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it don't work that well. Like, if you're blocking, does it still affect you?
I don't know.
Maybe that's what it is. Damn, Goku.
Damn,
Over here!
Oh, see what I'm saying? He was right in front of you. And he wasn't blocking because he was attacking.
Something was wrong though. My screen didn't get fucked up, but my screen didn't get messed up from it. I'm gonna get you.
I'm gonna get
got him flustered.
Nah, I was Cassie hopped in here talking about suckers and shit. That's why I was like, hold on, I was talking to her. I'm gonna get you too. I'm gonna get you too. You know what I mean?
What's up, sucker?
Yeah. That's why I was like, it just threw me off guard.
Like, wait, hold on. Who?
Pull up. You know it's your bedtime anyway, Grandma.
Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
You declared that yourself.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Sassy, you declared that.
She started a war. Throwing bombs and shit.
This should provide some amusement.
She is the homie though. That's dope as fuck. Folks was the homie.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Our folks with the homie, man.
Yo, Sassy, cool people.
All day.
I feel like, you know what I feel like right now? I feel like
Oh
Salmos.
nah, she alright. You got hit with she said and this, so now we got to
I feel like Salmos right
She's
now.
alright.
She aight.
She alright.
I will protect
Okay.
Is that an orange freezer?
Bringing out the. It's gold. Is it orange?
They bought a Goku out with vitiligo. With the Gohan out. He got vitiligo.
How's that not? Oh, man.
That's not gonna work.
I can't get you to. I can't get you to fly back.
Rose get a hey boo. Hold on around here.
Ooh.
I'm about to call Wit. Call Wit.
A deadly mistake.
You just gonna attack the whole time? Dang.
My man. My man, my man.
Yes, sir.
Boy, PB, I fuck with the homie, boy.
You know, I thought a barrier would work.
Oh my God, bro.
It doesn't matter.
GG.
You can't turn back time.
GG.
Everyone is gone.
Man, that Gohan a cold motherfucker, bro. He's nice.
He is. He is.
Character models in this game are so fucking movie quality, bro. It's not even funny.
It's crazy.
Dude, it's crazy.
So is half his face brown on y'all screen?
Who?
At least, yeah, bro.
Uh-huh.
He had like like heavy shading on him.
That's what you call it?
5 o'clock shade.
That's what you call it? Heavy shaded? Yeah, I'll give it
At least on my end.
It was heavy shading. That's what I'm
Wait,
gonna say.
oh.
Oh man, I almost said
It's just
bottom
heavy
line.
shading, bro. That's all.
Anywhere, bro.
Oh, that's bullshit, man.
That was a strong arm robbery.
It was, man. It's all good because I wanted him to be on top when I got there anyway. So
What?
Hey,
Pause,
hey,
come on,
he coming
man.
for you, bro. And pause,
Put me
yes,
on
that's
top. Come on. Come on,
I
bro.
was waiting. I
it's
was
definitely
waiting
he got
I
you.
was
Yep.
patiently waiting for the track to explode on. About to roll up, man.
Hey,
Do it.
Time to smoke something.
Now.
Time to smoke something.
vibes of this immaculate. Why not?
Hey, man. We do what we do around here in these parts.
You know what I
no,
haven't
I'm
done?
bullshitting.
I haven't.
Want me to start playing for it? I'm bullshit.
Oh, that's what's up. Haven't checked my resolve today.
Do this.
It's not over 9,000, but it's pretty high. Hey, Chef is on his way, y'all.
They be hating. They be hating Sass. They be hating Sass.
Come on in, Chef.
Your screen is black. It should be black.
Is it?
Oh, it's black right now because it's like low.
Oh yeah, we loading. We loading. Yeah. Oh, okay. Some Tapion action. Mr. Satan out here. Some kind of fan? I am curious as how this man fights. Now, I remember Tapion being a problem in the older games. This man got lights on him and stuff.
Shit lights.
Bro. Bro. They cut the music. What's this guy doing out here? Can he really not do nothing? Hercule. Look at his damage, bro.
Don't disrespect me.
Here's something to remember me by.
This is so.
This better take 2 health bars.
Eat this. Oh yeah, game over. I am the Mr. Satan.
Did that do damage? Okay. What's this ultimate? I know Hercule got something. Man, y'all down here messing up the ecosystem, man. The fish is like, what's going on?
Now I'll finish you.
Ow! No!
No way. That doesn't.
Mr. Satan, are you okay?
Boo!
Okay.
I could have handled you all by myself.
I like that. He made it look like I kicked him and I did the damage, but Boo really did it. Whoa, the tracking.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Eat this. Oh yeah, game over. Let's do
I guess that's like a little decent damage.
I'll fight with my life on the line.
That combo is sick.
It is.
Yeah.
Man, you gotta work like 12 times as hard with Hercule.
And you guys are playing some Sparky Zero.
Hey, yes we are. Yes we are. Welcome in.
Join the lobby right now.
Yes, let's go.
Oh my.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
Who might be again?
What baby?
Okay, it's for all the marbles.
Now I'll finish you.
Is it gonna get me?
No way. That doesn't.
Mr. Satan,
Oh yeah, it got you. Oh, you mean it's gonna kill? I don't know.
Nah, I got a help bar.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you still got all up, bar, yeah.
I could have handled you. You're still just a novice. Here's something to remember.
He charged up so fast, it's crazy.
Fight is on.
Hand me on the wood.
I am the Mr. Satan.
Oh, good shit.
Oh, nice.
The Hercule.
And I'm
This
in.
blade I will not lose.
GG's.
Chef.
Chef is here.
All right, Chef's here now. Enough of the Gad characters.
Chef in the building?
Time to get ready.
Hey.
Chef in the building? No way.
What's Gucci?
What up, bro?
Okay.
Chef for real, here on God.
Go.
I'm pulling out the big stops now because my boy Chef's
We
here.
want to go, DJ.
Oh man.
Look how look. So you not seeing I'm tripping. Look.
Wherever you at, wherever you want to go.
Okay.
Look, Ichi
See if I
Vanichi.
missed it. Look in there. I mean, I might miss it. Look.
All right. Oh, I see where we at. I see where we at. I see where you got us.
Oh, single battles, not team battles. Okay.
Yep.
Will change the future.
We can do team if y'all want to.
I was thinking about that too. 'Cause I ain't
I mean,
played
Team
we.
battles are cool. I just feel like team battles are a lot longer.
Oh, you can
Yeah.
do two.
Yeah, they are.
So two. So
Just
if
two.
you want to use like two characters, you could use.
It'd be my honor to fight you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We can do that. Y'all want to? Let's at least let Chef get in at least a match before we change.
Chef. Yeah.
Hold on.
It's time to put our practice to use, Chef.
Oh my God, this man got a sword. I got a sword too, bro. It's a sword battle. What's good?
God damn. It doesn't
Check
look
out
like
kinda moving
Tapion's a
in
lot faster than watching him fight than using him in a fight.
Oh, I got that. I got hit by that.
Here we go, everyone.
Oh. Oh, I didn't even know you could switch camera.
Yeah, it's sick.
No.
Whoa.
Played you a tune. You just played the flute on you. Said I'm gonna beat your ass to a mixtape.
I was wondering, like, bro, for real?
Hold on. Let me pop in the beat.
Ah!
Need something I can kick your ass to.
Is that Migos?
No! Oh, GG's.
That was a crazy fight.
It was.
You want to switch to teams, and then we can have Chef go first.
We can do that. Yeah, that's fine.
Sounds good to me.
Chef, you're the batter up, baby.
Is it gonna be two people teams?
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
That way, if you want to play as like a fuse character, you can pick Gogeta, like Vegeta and Goku, or Vegeta.
Are you able to just change the room rules? No.
No, we gotta go all the way out. Yeah.
Oh, we'll unpin the pin.
Yeah, I got y'all. What is that? DP battle?
No, team, just team. DP
No,
is
team.
a points. Yeah, DP is a point system.
Okay, yeah, we don't want that.
Well, you were the one who helped me to grow stronger, Piccolo.
JDT Holla.
See your boy invite.
I wonder who I'm gonna be fighting first.
All right,
Holla, I'm gonna have to see you up there in the.
let me pull it up here. There we
Who
go.
that? The chef?
How many points do I have? Can I buy something?
That's what I'm trying to see right now. I want to buy a character, bro.
We smoke.
We probably should all have enough for a good amount of them after that.
You only get 1,000 per fight.
What?
Whether you
Yes.
win or lose.
I need to change that. Alright, I got the room ID up.
You can change that. You yourself can do that.
If I could change that, or as you know, the time limit for picking a character, I'd make it over. 'Cause online, if you're picking a 5-man battle, you can only.
Yeah,
you only
45
have
seconds
40,
to do that.
Yeah, 45 seconds to pick 5 characters. Come on.
Yeah, that's wild.
What's good, Agnes Rice?
Alright, I just posted it for you guys.
JDT, are you nice with it, JDT? I done heard about you.
Nah, I suck, bro.
I done heard about you.
Yeah, I honestly, I suck, man. I'm not really good.
I done heard about you.
Better.
So you,
I'm trying to
if I heard
practice.
about you, you must be at some prestige, bro.
Nah, I'm 0 prestige, -1. It's like -1. I don't know how I got heard about.
-1, you know what that means? You're still on the scale.
Yeah, on the bad side.
All right, let me get this room ready real quick.
This over here, this is the great
Let's
Jedi.
get Chef. Let's get Chef in this motherfucker, man.
Yeah, Chef got to get on in here. Who's taking on Chef?
Looking for the room right now.
Don't look for it. Put the code in.
Yeah, the code should be on. I posted it in your, in my channel, JD's and in JV.
Yep, I got it. I pinned it.
JDT Holla.
Man, Tavion is cool as hell, dude.
Yeah, he was fire.
Yeah, he was going in.
Bro, you know what I love? They fucking make every character fire.
Yeah.
Right?
Every character is fire.
Every
Hey,
character.
Ultra Instinct Goku, he's kind of whack.
Stay here rolling up, man. Getting one together for my lungs. For my
JD Holly, Holla.
JD and Holla. Okay. JD Holla is Chef.
I joined. I'm in.
Yeah, all
All
the
right.
legends in the chat.
All right, I'm in.
Nothing but
Let's do
legends
it.
in the chat. Cause y'all legends in the voice chat, the VC.
Hey, all these legends. Where's Legend? We need to get him in here too.
Yeah, where's the legend?
PB. Jungle Beats, holla at him.
Jungle Beats, holla at me. It's true.
All right, Chef, show us what you've learned, brother. Show us what you got.
Holla's not ready. Holla's not ready.
Oh shit, Chef in here? Got me
Oh,
fucking console
it's-
snake.
oh, it's
Oh,
JV.
who-
Uh-oh.
Who is this guy?
JV now. It's a JV now.
JV.
Let's get it.
We finna see the run back. Finna see the run back of that Tapion.
Maybe.
Oh, we got doubles now. So who's the second character?
Right.
I don't know.
Yo no sé, papi.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
you can keep it
There we go.
secret.
Hey, look.
Don't spoil it for us.
Yeah.
We'll find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
You'll find out Dragon Ball Z.
Find out in the next battle.
Krillin finds out that his solar flare wasn't so effective.
Like you just now figured that out, man?
Krillin tried to solar flare while he got hit by a solar Kamehameha.
Ooh,
What could he have done right?
Just Brad.
not even fire.
Oh yeah.
It's me,
I'm smoking.
JD Holla. It's me, Holla.
Hi, Holla.
Hello.
Zubang Holla.
Oh, I'm not a spectate. Fuck.
I'm gonna touch
Oh.
all the grass.
Who am I fighting P-Biz?
No. You're fighting
JV?
JV.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, Chef, that's my brother, by the way. That's my brother, JV.
Oh, hey, what's up? What's
Oh,
up?
man. I don't know, man. Nice to meet you.
JB is the bro now. JB,
Yeah,
where you at fight next? You be at work?
he do.
No, I used to be at work. You know what I'm saying? My saving grace now, I get off at like an hour earlier than I used to. So I catch that shit so early.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
I go in an hour and a half. Like I go in like an hour.
That's fine with me usually though, cause then I'm usually able to have like more time to do whatever I want to do later on. I ain't gotta like wait. Dude, that's beautiful. Yeah.
Like I only teach from 7:30 to 12:50.
Oh, bro. That sounds like one of my old magnet schools I used to go to back in the day. Like we got out at 12:30.
They're like, how was your day? It was great. It was great. I'm like, yeah, it was great. Like I'm like, this is a paid vacation. They be mad as fuck when I say that shit. This is a paid vacation.
They're like, huh? That's why you gotta be like, nah, man, it's so grueling, but I do it for the kids.
Yeah, can we talk about how these boys are fighting right now?
Black man teacher before, bro.
Yeah, they going in. They going in right now.
I can literally raise my hand like, hey, y'all be quiet. Them motherfuckers be quiet.
See, that's when you know they you know you got a good class of students, you know.
That's all my classes, all three of them.
They go, all right.
before I raised my hand, be quiet. He's like, man, if you don't shut the fuck up. Y'all got to flex for y'all ass. Y'all what's wrong with y'all?
Like, and who are you?
Yeah, now I gotta be nuts. Now they looking all crazy. Now I had to get nuts with y'all. Now
Right.
I don't have to say like I feel bad sometimes because I like be like, yo, hold on, they ain't built like this. You know what I mean? Like I tell the kids, I'm like, y'all not like y'all talk, y'all not fighters. In my old school, we had fighters. Like they would like no talking, they gonna fight you. You going to school with them next year.
Right, right.
You going to high school next year. They gonna mix all the school together. Some of y'all only been in this like cushy ass school since like kindergarten.
Yeah.
I really got kids that's been in the same school since like pre-K.
And see, they, you know, I'm pretty sure they got like a nice sheltered view of things in comparison. Because I mean, they've been, everything's been right there for them.
The same way it's a blessing, it's a curse. Because a kid, I'd rather have a kid that got multiple exposure.
This fight is
know how to fine tune that shit versus a kid that don't
fight is
fucking like
crazy, bro. This fight is crazy, bro.
That was fire. That was fire.
Oh, like, help right now. Like that shit. Get him over 400, yo.
Yeah, we gotta get past that.
Oh my God.
We getting past 400, bro.
We will. Oh yeah, we should.
So
This battle just started.
Oh, the shout out video is frozen. Hold on. My bad, bro. Go there. Hold on. Sometimes that shit do just been doing that lately.
Okay, Chef is nice though.
Nah, Chef killing it.
Do the shout out one more time, Rose.
That Tapion is crazy, dog. All right, Sassy, thank you again for coming through. Have a wonderful night. And I hope your day goes amazing tomorrow and the rest of your week as well.
It's the best like battle.
My goodness. You know? Oh, we didn't pass 600.
Like, I'm available. You can text about it, but if you want to talk about it, hit me when you get off work. If you're working from home tomorrow, I hate you when I get off work.
What about you? Who just said he said Nick?
Yo, these people need to get out of here.
Oh, they're about it. By choice or not, they're about it. Oh!
You going in the office or you work from home tomorrow?
Man, this fight just escalated.
This shit is crazy.
I'd be like, I think I'm too close. I need to back up.
I can feel the heat off that spirit bomb.
That's what I'm saying. Yo, what's going on, the Neri Show? Thank you for that raid.
I can get home at 2 o'clock your time.
That is what's up. Thank you. I appreciate that.
W raid.
Welcome in, everybody. How y'all doing? Welcome in. We are playing some good old Dragon Ball tonight. I really appreciated you bringing your community over here. Let me get you a shout out real quick. I'm like a little flustered right now. Yo, Queen Ritzer, thank you for that follow. Welcome in. Glad to have you, glad to have you here. Give you a quick shout out. What were you guys up to? What are you playing tonight? Awesome. Call of Duty Warzone. Sick. Sorry you're in commercial. Oh, no problem. No problem. Thank you guys for putting up with those as well. I really appreciate that. It's Act Fam to Act Fam. Of course. Welcome in, Faceless. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I'll give you a shout out as well. Hopefully you guys' evening is going well. We're having a blast in here tonight, y'all, for real. I really need to like make it so that the ads don't immediately play when you come in.
I feel great.
I don't know if you sent that on purpose also, the Neri Show, the request to join. But you're more than welcome to hop in if you got the game. For sure. We're on PS5 tonight. We're just vibing.
It's over 9,000!
Fire, y'all. Fire.
I'm gonna skip that one.
Fire.
DJ Collector.
Let's go. It's time.
Yo, DJ. Make sure it's 2 and not 5, bro.
About to come out here with 5 characters.
I tried to fight 5 heads.
That was
Alright.
GG.
Yeah, that was good.
Definitely won console.
That was crazy.
Nah, I was down to the wire, bro. That last fight.
It really was.
I don't know how this one is exactly gonna be canon, because it's like both of them right there, but
We get 5
let's
characters.
go. Yes, welcome in the Neri. Yeah, we picked 2. Well, I did. Watch, he finna pick 5 characters.
I just picked 6.
Oh my god. Yes, Act. Let's go. Thank you guys for coming in tonight. Thank you everybody from the Act community for coming in. I really appreciate it, guys. Enjoy the show. Got some snacks. Yo, thank you for that follow as well. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Good, bro.
Prepare your fangs at the ultimate god.
All right, let's go.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
If you want to run away,
We got a lot to say.
man, Shinron is wild.
About to rap. 16 bars. To make you hit
Ooh,
shit.
these colors.
My man.
Holy crap.
Hold on. My bad, y'all. My bad. Cause I'm looking at my phone.
Whoa!
And everything. I'm not even spectating.
Yo, that was fire, DJ.
Whoa!
Bro, you should see that on my end. That shit looks crazy.
Oh, I gotta watch out for these grabs.
Gotta watch out for this.
Explosive wave.
I feel like I did learn it, but it's
Uh-oh.
you can't dodge this.
I'ma try though. I'ma try though. No! Oh my god.
Oh, my.
I will end your suffering.
Wait. Oh, okay. Okay. No!
I'm over here. I will end your suffering.
Oh! That's probably GG. On that one.
No response.
God. Hit him.
Great.
Is he coming back?
Dragon Ball. He ate the Dragon Ball and got the little boost. Oh my god. That's a cartoon.
Wait, what?
He's watching late.
Yeah,
black.
cause I started late. If y'all way ahead of that part, I started way late.
Oh my goodness.
It's still on y'all fighting. If y'all done, I'm still watching.
Yeah, we still fighting. Oh!
Retribution. Foolish.
Wow, this. I don't even know
That's
Terry.
wild. Oh, crap. What in the whoop? Oh, my God.
This move. Oh no! Not even the dash towards you can stop that. Whoa!
Yo.
Ah! Granted, he got a whole nother character in the wings. That's wild.
Neighbors like this, right? Say, show your retribution.
Dude. P-Biz. Nice in general, bro. Jesus Christ.
For real.
Don't fight his Janemba. Jesus.
So you see
Yeah.
the character left on the D-pad?
Woo!
Yeah,
Yeah.
What?
GG, man.
Can help
Good
you
game.
switch characters. And then up on the D-pad is when you have a transformation available.
Oh, that's why the game ended like that, because it used to be over. Oh.
Yeah, you gotta wait till it pop up.
Oh, huh?
PB.
Yes.
PB. Oh. You can smell it through the wrapper.
I'm alright with it. I'm alright.
That's that shit. Send it in the camper.
I'm alright with it.
Oh, no.
I
didn't
do
mean
see the matches are slightly longer.
What
Slightly.
happened, man? I've never picked this character. Oh, my God. I'm going to die.
Yeah, they are slightly long.
I ain't pick a team.
You guys want to go back to single battles in that case? So short battles and stuff like that? Or you guys
Yeah,
like with
I
the...
mean, probably
No,
single
I
battle
think
probably
this is
better.
cool.
I mean, now that we already in here, we good now.
Yeah,
You want to do two?
it's cool.
Yeah, I think we cool. What do we got, boy? Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
All right.
Come on! Let's see if you've got what it takes to
Show us something a little different here. Okay.
If you really want me to transform, you're going to
Dragon
have to earn
Vegeta.
that privilege.
All right. What y'all got for us?
Oh.
Eat this.
You guys think there's gonna be real life tournaments for this?
Oh yeah.
It's already tournaments happening. Yeah. The game ain't even out yet, officially for everybody. It's already tournaments.
I know. That's crazy. Still.
I know it's Cat for money already, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think that was off rip, honestly.
I need to see what that Shenron was doing when I was dodging your ability. You were like, man, you saw that. I'm wondering what it looked like. There's probably fireworks all in the sky, to be honest.
Gallagher told the
You
Oh.
only pick one character?
Just the way
You only picked one character?
piece of cake.
Oh, I guess we could do that. Yeah, you're right.
Do we want to just do that?
That was my fault. I was wondering what.
You should run that back. You should run that back.
When it first started, I was like, "Yo, why do I even got this character? I didn't even want that
You wanna
character."
do tour? What's DJ?
How do I back out? So
Yes.
that JD can
No,
go
you don't
back?
have to. You don't have to.
We
back
don't have
out.
to. We could just choose.
Pick
Yeah.
one character. Is that what
If
we
you
wanna
want
do,
to.
though?
I think y'all should run that back with the two, to be honest. Because now one feels too short.
Put them back in. Put them back in.
Yeah.
I'll look
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to.
Yeah, you
How
got
do I?
like
How do I?
R1?
R1.
R1. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Oh wait. Oh wait.
There we go.
There we go.
R1.
Oh wait.
Oh.
To get
Okay,
let me get
wait.
a spot back. I want to have a spot. Like I don't want to take a spot. Like
It doesn't make a difference.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
Wait.
We all good.
how
Holler.
you pick a second character?
So when you're in this,
Characters, yeah.
you see the pluses. You just press one of the pluses, and it'll open up the character select.
But you only have 45 seconds to pick a second character. Pick your character. So
Yeah, they make you work for this shit, bro.
Gotta be quick.
You basically already gotta know.
I think it's a glitch that the lobby doesn't have music like this, because it does when you first come in, but then it doesn't after a match. That's probably something they'll address probably tomorrow, to be honest. Oh, so you raided and went to get food. Hey, I totally understand how that is. You know, especially after going through a full stream. Sometimes you just need that time to go and relax. So I totally understand it. No problem. Enjoy your food. Enjoy your food.
I'm feeling pretty strong right now.
Have to fill the tum-tum? Yeah. I actually had some tacos. I did something crazy this week, y'all. Taco Tuesday, I did not have tacos. Monday, I had tacos. Today, I had more tacos. I don't know.
So every other day, and not on
every day except for Tuesday, I had tacos. No, it's so crazy. I know, it's blasphemous. Don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. That's between us. They can be like, so? That's how it usually happens any other day except for Tuesday. I swear. I be trying to. I'm like, oh, it's Tuesday. Let me get some tacos. And it never happens. Actually, no, it does, but sometimes there's complications. Go 10, get him. Get him, Go 10. You eat tacos a lot? Heck yeah, they're good and they're easy to make too.
Tacos are delicious.
They're so good.
And there's so many different types of tacos.
Yeah,
you can
oh
make a
yeah.
taco out of anything.
Yeah, tacos are live. I ran out of onions tonight though, so I was when I made the meat, I had to suffer from not having that because that usually sets that meat off just right. But it's all good. It's all good. They still turned out really good. Yeah, not the onions.
Y'all see this match though?
Oh yeah, it's fire.
Yeah.
These two are going crazy.
Man, these two are going crazy yesterday too.
We haven't blown up a planet tonight though. We haven't done that.
Hey, I've been trying. I've been trying to blow up a planet, but I cannot do it.
I don't know how to do it.
I faced that dude online earlier, that random that jumped in my freaking party, and he blew up the planet, bro. I was mad. I was like,
I've been trying to do this all day. Right.
Damn.
We probably need to look it up. I wonder if it's like, do you think it's a specific character? Who was he using?
Who was he using? I think he was using Baby Boo.
Okay. I'm looking it up right now. How to blow up the planet. Y'all are going crazy. Oh, get him, get him. He ain't got no energy. He's out of energy. Time to capitalize.
Get him, Go Tank. Get him, Go Tank.
Oh, he's napping. He's napping on the job.
Oh,
dang, the building though. People live there.
Not with the continuous combo.
Ooh.
Rapid fire, super.
My goodness, bro.
Here we go.
Go teams.
Yikes.
Not
Piccolo.
Oh, not Piccolo. What?
Jinx is taking the title of
To blow up a plane. Is that what I said, Alice? Did I say that? I definitely meant to say blow up a planet.
Good fight, JD Allen.
Yeah.
Oh, Chef did.
What?
Oh man, I'm up.
Don't
Trying to
forget to
give you guys like
spectate,
I try to make the stream popping, bro.
Dude, that was a
I try to do all the
dope
transformations,
combo.
all the cutscenes, all the dumb shit, bro. Just make it look cool, bro. I'm trying.
People gonna be like, that was fire. That
I hit the beat in the
stream.
middle of the fight. I'm just trying, bro.
All right, let me see. Make this a good fight.
Hey, just so you guys know, the Dodgers are kicking the Padres' ass today.
Listen,
Right
as
now.
long as it ain't the Red Sox, I'm cool with that, bro.
6-0.
I got this one.
Dang, 6-0. Jesus.
Yeah. It's because we're at home today. That's why.
Let's go.
Okay. They fired up.
Right. Because we just took a beating at their house.
My blood is pure Saiyan.
Bro, why my chest out like that?
Take this. Eat this.
Oh.
Ooh. You're making me work for it, DJ. Let's go.
Come on, DJ.
I'm trying.
Dethrone the man.
I'm trying.
Get him. Oh. That was dope.
Whoa.
How do you time that so well?
That it was literally that fight with that freaking Vegeta monkey.
Oh.
Got you.
Oh man.
Oh. Y'all are mixing it. Get it. Oh.
It's that close quarters combat.
Right.
Hold on. Why won't they let me?
What are you waiting for? Hurry up already.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Does that mean you got one character now? How does that work?
Yeah, actually, it does. So if you kill him while because he could defuse too. So if you kill him while he's fused, yeah. If you kill him while he's fused, he loses both characters.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah.
So it's a risky gamble to do it.
I get more health with my health by now, though. That's the thing.
Look at your health. Oh man.
Is that all you've got?
I like it. I love it.
Hey, I like it, Picasso.
No! I really was trying to get out of there. I was trying. I like how Goku comes in with nothing.
Yeah.
I'm about to lose that. Oh. Yep. Oh, that's...
Yo.
Is that it? That can't be. That can't be. That would be wild if it was. Okay, that last hit. They gave me a chance on that. Ooh.
Yo. Get it.
Trying. Nice.
Good fight.
Good fight.
That
Good
was a
fight.
nice fight.
Stronger than that.
Thank y'all. GG's.
Bro, if I didn't fuse, you would have had me, bro. Without a doubt.
That fuse was clutch. I gotta get better at that. That's what I'm struggling with that.
That's the fun in fighting like team battle. Pull
Yeah.
out some shit like that. You know what I mean?
You get that extra, like, it's another little thing that you can use to, like, almost like not just save yourself, but it's like another mix up altogether. Like letting the person actually get that off is kind of like devastating after you don't have enough health. Then all of a sudden they fuse or something. That's huge.
It is.
Yeah, man, this game is fire. This game is so good.
It is. Oh my god, I'm having so much fun with this shit, bro.
It's so
I
much
haven't had
fun.
this much fun with a fighting game in such a long time, man.
And I love Tekken, but this is like, it's just a little different. It's a different thing, different style.
I mean, I don't know why I'm digging this one a lot more. Maybe it's the nostalgia from Tenkaichi, but I didn't really like Kakarot, or Xenoverse fighting style. But now I'm realizing that this is almost a lot like it.
Now you shall suffer
Yeah.
bitter taste of defeat.
But this, I don't know why. This is just, I don't know. This was a lot better.
Enough talking.
Maybe it's
Let's
because we waited so
settle
long for
with
this
our
one.
fists.
Right. You said so they fuse with the character that has done the fusion tech, right? Yeah. It only works with characters that have the fusion tech. So you would pick like Goku and Vegeta or something like that, and then they would be able to fuse because you already just know the character that they fuse into is also in the game. But what's nice is it'll tell you when you pick a character like what transformations they have, or when it comes to the fusing, what fusions they can do. It's really cool. But when it comes to that, you are literally only able to do fusions if you do have those two characters like on you. And then if you do like a 1v1, then you basically are stuck as that character the whole time, as the fused version. It's very cool.
You're wide open.
Did Frieza fight Jiren in the show?
Yeah, him and Goku teamed up to beat Jiren.
Yeah. Cause that's Goku.
Goku.
Oh,
was in the Tournament of Power.
Yeah, he was in this mode.
Yeah.
You could say I could be picking this character in this mount for a reason. You could say that.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Frieza, that's enough out of you.
Okay.
What I did there?
You said what?
You see what I did there? I knew he was gonna pick Jared. Aaron was made me fighting yesterday, so I picked Goku and Frieza.
Oh yeah.
One thing I'm scared about is that he hasn't switched characters, so I know that super boost at the end of that.
Oh, I was about to say it's probably the case. Did it not show us in the beginning? Because I forgot already. It doesn't show both characters, right?
No,
Oh,
it doesn't show both
okay.
characters.
That's the crazy thing. All right. What we got?
He got me, okay. All the way to the flow.
Oh, yep. Party really gets started when Boo hits the scene.
Do you want to see what I'm
Why'd he say it like that? Oh man.
No.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, I thought we were finna get a beam struggle. Oh, you know what? I never figured out how to blow up a planet. Let me look that up.
Breakthrough
Oh.
the limit.
Oh.
I'm not done yet.
Oh.
Good game, bro. Holy shit.
GG's.
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 Don't say anything bad.
Holy shit,
alright.
You
bro.
can calm
had me
down and
scared,
stop worrying.
bro. That was a good fight. A great fight. I will set this one out now.
All right, JV, you're up, buddy.
Let's do this.
Let's go,
Make it
baby.
beautiful. It's spectacular.
Mm.
I don't think anyone knows how to make it happen yet. Like nobody knows how to make the planet blow up.
If I were to just take a random guess, I would say it would have to be on planet Namek since there is a destroyed version of that map.
That's what people were saying. But when you destroy it, I think we're floating in space afterwards. Is what people were saying. So
I don't know.
I don't know.
Con was playing with Anderson, and they said they were blowing up a planet. So
I don't know how. People are saying that they've seen it, but they just don't know how to do it. And Namek is one of those planets, apparently, you can do it with. I don't know. Probably just more time is needed. Community will figure it out. Or we could just somehow figure out from Share, because they did get it to happen.
ooh.
Let's go.
Won't lose. Now let's fight.
I'm not as soft as Kakarot. We fight to the death, understand?
Got a lot of flash moves.
Right?
Oh, Hollow locked in right now. He locked in right now. Vegeta having two ranged attacks is so fitting for me.
Yeah.
Power's rising. It's overflowing.
Ooh. I didn't expect it to go up like that, but
The traffic signal saved you. Don't worry.
he's trying to get that final flash off.
I see it.
He said, I'm gonna get that. Okay. Oh, Lord.
Tip y'all moving right now.
Oh my God. Ooh, if that was just a little sooner, we could have had a struggle.
I love that they brought all those little niches back.
Ooh.
The struggles and the clashes and
Love that. Love that. He want that. He want that clash. JV, he want that.
Oh.
Oh, oh.
I can't believe this game looked this good, bro.
Dude.
Like when you watch and you like,
is the mighty
holy
Vegeta.
shit! You looking at the background and the map. And
Right.
Look at that parking sign behind Vegeta. That shit clear as fuck. That shit's like what?
Somebody
the tree
was
in the
like,
back right. It's too nice. It's just too nice. It's a fever dream, bro. It's a fever dream.
ADT.
I feel like I'm playing this game. For
GG's. Nah, yeah.
Jeez,
All that
man.
shit's clear as fuck.
Oh man, oh man.
Y'all both was like locked in, like for real. It was crazy.
Trying to lock in.
Yeah, for
Trying
sure.
to get it together, man.
I'm trying to, man. That's all we can do.
Me too, bro. I would love to get like up there with the good. I don't want to play ranked. I don't want to play.
I will change the future.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Holla, what do you say? Holla. Holla's my rival.
Rivalry.
Yeah, yeah. See how it's all with the little thing right there. The two people. I made them both my rivals earlier today because
I forgot you can do
they
that.
showed you when they're online, so you can fight them.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that then.
Oh yeah, I already made all you guys Bobby my rival.
Something is different.
Okay, cool, cool.
It'll notify you on the top right whenever you're playing that, like you went online or we started a match or something like that.
Yeah,
That's really good.
I hope I've gotten strong enough to take you on.
Good luck, boys.
Watch out!
Thank you. I thought you'd go flying back further than that.
And the ground stopped him. Now, you like
I'm tired of Milo.
Can't wait till Evil.
That's gonna be fire.
Let's go.
Whoa!
yo,
We fight.
Oh wow.
You go ultimate, like
Here we go, everyone.
the sky changes.
Yeah, I love that.
yeah. I love when the sky changes, bro. It's badass.
Oh,
Get him, get him.
This is it. I'm on it.
Oh,
Watch out.
oh, nice.
Oh, metal cooler.
Wait a minute.
he gained health back.
He did.
That's so when you start a new That's could have swore he had lower health than he has. Maybe not.
Metal Cooler?
No.
Oh, Vegeta.
Yeah.
Metal Cooler can't charge up.
Oh. That sucks for Metal Cooler.
We learned something today.
Right?
Metal Cooler fans are gritting their teeth right now.
Yeah, I thought, you know, Android 17 was gonna be cool to use, you know, like, but then I realized he's an Android because I was playing with him and he was like, oh, he's an Android, he can't charge. I was like, no way. I tried to charge and I couldn't charge and I was mad.
That was an L from the moment I picked him. GG's.
Yeah, I was like, it was gone. I was like,
He could not charge. GG's. He's not ready for that.
Time for the showdown from last night, Chef.
oh,
Holly's
you ready,
quiet over
JD?
there. Holly's, yeah, you
Yeah,
scaring me.
boy.
You scaring me,
JD and
Holly.
Chef.
You little talkative.
Uh-oh.
Nah, that's a tequila, bro. Like,
Oh, all right.
That's tequila, bro. I'm good.
I got high, and I got locked in. You know what I mean?
Nah, I love it.
You know what I mean? I tapped something locked in my mode a little bit, like trying to anyway.
Listen, I ain't mad at you, bro. Do your thing, bro.
It took me a little while, but I think I've now finally reached the same level as you.
Looks like I'll actually have to get serious.
Mystic, welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, this game's amazing. Let me get you a quick shout out. Oh, thank you.
Got you, bro. Motherfucking Goku is a scary guy. So the guy playing him, he's kind of scary, bro.
This canon battle we got right now.
Cell games.
Forward.
Okay. Ooh.
He really.
Thank you again, Mystic, for coming by. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Look forward to checking out what you're gonna be up to as well. Yeah, this is very hype tonight. Uh-oh.
I seen the explosion in the background from fucking.
Right? You see trees falling over.
That was so cool, bro. This was lit. So dodge this motherfucker.
Yes, I do have YouTube as well. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that. Oh, man.
That shit did the craziest curve ever. That shit did the curve.
That was awesome.
Or hit the wanted bullet from fucking.
Like, I saw him charging it up. I switched cameras and he was just watching the beam go by. My God! My God, let him live! Get up! Get up!
Did a 76 hit combo, bro. What's going on?
Baby form is boo, baby form. Yeah. Baby form boo is a problem. Baby boo. Ooh! JDT!
That was a fight. That was a fight if I've ever seen one, though.
That was fire. That was hilarious.
Oh, he hitting the raging Masatsu.
Got him. He picked 3.
Only you too. Y'all, nobody else see that?
See, I was like, wait a minute, this match is long.
Nobody else, so y'all don't sit here, act like that man. Y'all niggas ain't shit. Y'all niggas ain't shit. Yeah.
Look, I only picked two. I only picked two, not me.
It was an accident.
Like, nah.
It was an accident.
He had 3 monsters, you know what I'm saying? Yo.
My first time.
Sorry, man.
You don't fuck with yourself, okay? You know what I mean? You don't fuck with yourself, like.
I know, faceless. Oh my god.
Yeah, 3 though, man. Y'all didn't even say shit. Y'all just act like I was supposed to keep on fighting.
I think I was like, I didn't even realize until the last second.
I didn't realize
What
two
about character
characters.
3? I
Jeff,
said,
did you
oh,
have 3
I
characters?
ran out of energy. No more key.
I'm telling you, the three people fight, your ass gonna be hurting by the end of that.
Boy, listen. Arthritis. You got arthritis for 3 years.
It's gonna be hurting.
900 days. You gonna be in the arthritis list.
Oh my god.
My power is unlike anything you've ever faced.
All right, Shinron, what you got?
Everything.
I want to try to see them beams coming down. I don't know what was going on. I couldn't tell. Yeah, so Mega Shinron.
Mega Shinron.
My God, these feet of fury right now.
Jesus.
Okay.
Ate them bitches. Hey, all the songs.
Hey, this was the move. This was it. What that look like? So wait, did that come out of the ground?
I want to let you hit me with that shit. That shit was crazy.
All right.
I ain't
You ain't gonna get hit by it.
Oh my God. It is. I need to see it. Oh my God. That looked crazy. This man ate all the balls, bro. It's too accurate, bro. Pause, but yes. He did.
He ate all the stones.
That's bullshit.
That's also pause. I don't know what's more pause. Yo, Cher, we are getting it in tonight, bro. It's been a day. Hey.
We are here.
This might be my longest stream.
Hey, I hear you.
Yeah, y'all. The pin is up, y'all. If y'all watching, y'all want to join in.
Let's go, baby.
Go ahead.
Let it go. Dude.
It's been a dope day of Dragon Ball Z, y'all.
Let it go on time, bro.
Earlier in Cher's stream and now in our stream, it's just been wow. JDT, you got locked in again, bro.
Lock in.
Take this.
I wonder who his second.
Yes, let's go.
Has P-Biz brought out his Janemba yet?
He did against me earlier.
Oh God.
I didn't stand a chance.
His Janemba, I'm telling you, are a problem.
For real, no, for real. His Broly also.
Oh.
His Broly won problems always.
Always.
Die on me. Oh no.
Full power.
No, fucking with you, close. Too fucking close.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oh!
Oh, yeah, no. That's how you supposed to use that shit.
Bro, the clothesline is too much. This dude too big body.
Right?
Goddamn talking to goddamn guard, don't
Uh-oh.
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let's break the heavens. Let's break the heavens.
Final. It's over now.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say it's over 9,000. This is so fire! Let's go! This is so fire! Oh my god! Oh man, that was fire.
Win, bro.
Oh my goodness. Woo.
That was great.
Kakarot, I'll put you out of your misery right now.
Kakarot.
Yeah, that was super epic. Jesus.
That was great.
The cinematics in game are like, I don't even mind waiting for cinematics.
Oh yeah, no, they're perfect.
Fire, bro. Fire.
Absolutely fire. This team, man, they know. They understood the mission. They delivered.
No, that's online, Rose. I'm playing with all the fellas and shit. DJ Eclectic in the building.
DJ Eclectic
James in the building. Goddamn Chef in the building. And that
Let's get it.
motherfucker. That motherfucker. TD is
All right, let's see what we got. Oh boy. Uh-oh. I only saw one character standing there.
Don't be mad at me, be mad at PD.
Now then,
Getting all the moms.
Uh-oh.
I can beat you guys in one character. It's not
Let's see
happening.
if you
There's
got
someone
what
else
it
there.
takes to beat me.
JV, you only picked one character, bro?
Get it.
I picked two.
Oh, I didn't show the other one.
It doesn't show the second. It doesn't show the other character.
Oh, I thought it did.
No, it only shows the one, the
Oh.
first character that basically. Does it? I've never seen it show the second character.
I thought that, didn't we just see Frieza standing next to somebody? Next to Broly, right?
I didn't see that. If maybe I wasn't paying attention. No.
It was fast. Oh, okay.
You almost got me.
Oh my.
Are y'all breaking the heavens already? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus.
They're fighting.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Hmm. Ooh, that was close.
It's like, remember how they used to like power level and how you watch this shit just fast. This shit moving so fast, like you wondering like, is my power level high enough to watch it?
Like I can't even follow the action.
You listen. Moving so fast. What's going on?
Oh, there he is. The man of the hour.
Oh.
Oh, man.
I don't know. Man, if that had curved straight up, that would have been like, bro. Pause as well. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Just got that.
No.
That's it. Yeah, I was gonna say that's gonna hit.
Broly.
Ooh.
I don't want to be messed up, please.
You up real good.
No, he got me when I was expecting the other one.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Oh
man.
my goodness, that damage.
Oh, wow.
All right, close quarters.
Okay.
Close quarters with that low health is dangerous.
Yep.
Ooh. Okay. Okay.
Tapion.
Okay. Okay.
But now he's got Broly to contend with.
Yo, well, we got about an even fight here right now.
Just about.
Uh-oh.
No, it's not even.
Oh.
Get him. Oh. Get him. Get him.
Y'all chill here. This. Oh, y'all don't.
Taking all my hits.
That's a nice little engagement right there.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
There we go. There we go. Get him.
Oh no.
Oh.
Wait. Oh.
My turn.
No.
Uh-oh.
I'm already hitting it.
That's the problem.
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Ooh.
Oh!
This is the whole time. I'm here with these cats.
Okay, a little flute action. I see you. I was gonna say you might not make it. Yeah, that's a good range. That's a good range. Yep. So we also learned something else. If you're right in front of him, he might miss that. That was GG's, y'all. Fire.
Oh yeah, good game,
To
dude.
satisfy my urges yet.
This game is nuts, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this all the shits, man. All the shits. You can move so quick. It's crazy, yo. With the movement and the defense versus offense in certain
For
situations.
real.
Yeah.
Ari, welcome in. How's your day going? I should switch it up on him, and no, I don't know. Let me go back to my tried and true, back to what I was doing. Definitely not Metal Cooler. I do not recommend. Do not. Let's go with the.
This will be over in a flash.
Let's go with these two. Took a very long nap. Oh, nice. Good and rested. Let me give you a quick shout out real quick, because I'm about to get in here and probably get my butt whooped. All right, let's do this.
Now,
boys.
how
Come
would
on,
you
bro.
like me to kill you?
Take him down.
Let's get it,
You
dude.
gotta take him down so I can face you, DJ.
I'm trying. I see that that's a very dope strategy you got.
Thank you. Yeah, please get the fuck up, bro.
Yeah, I be like falling and I don't know how to move.
I'll send you to the next world with
I don't know about this. I don't know.
You just might send me to the next world.
Oh, it did hit, but
What can you like?
oh Lord.
Now perish along with this planet.
Get out of there. I tried.
Ooh. That was awesome.
Oh, get him.
Game.
Oh, nice. Oh.
Sonic Sway.
Oh. Hmm.
70%.
Coming from your ATL trip? How was that?
100%.
Oh boy, this is bad. I gotta get up here to you.
None can surpass me.
You going gold? Oh!
We gonna go.
Oh my God!
Stop this one. You'll be sliced to bits.
Holy crap, he is.
Stop this one.
No! Oh, I thought I could dodge it.
Oh my gosh.
This is a real anime. This is going up. Oh,
That's why the game is so crazy, bro. Because that's the whole shit. It's like the real anime. Man.
What? You're alive?
yeah.
What?
Crazy.
Yeah,
Nice.
one more time. Oh my god.
There we go.
Oh.
You got carried away in a hotel cart. Oh my God, I know that's the story there. Oh my God, oh my God.
Just run away.
Oh, I couldn't reach him. We hustling, boy! Oh my God! Ah! Come on! My hand is killing me, bro. We are tussling, bro.
But now I'm gonna scream Kakarot.
Right. Save me, Kakarot. Oh no.
No, you're close enough. You might.
Wait, I don't know. Yep, I was right where it spawned. Dang, bro. My entire health. GG's.
Yeah, I did.
GG's.
Torturing
Ooh.
Alright, let's get this MTV.
I was gonna sit out, but do you really want to fight?
He said, I'm a villain.
He said, I want.
You
He
can do it.
said, he said, run
Let's
it
get
back.
it, man.
Yeah, Ari, you got to tell us about that story sometime. Carried away in a hotel cart. You must have been having a great time. An absolutely great time over there. That's good to hear, though. That's really good to hear.
He's really good with really bad characters.
Who?
Yeah. You.
T-Biz.
You.
He was whooping me with Krillin, Yamcha.
Krillin?
Bro, it's so funny that you say that.
Bro.
No.
No. No.
The Wolfgang fist came out the Wolfgang fist. That shit looked like a Kamehameha.
The man himself.
Some people say I'm the strongest earthling there is.
I will never be defeated.
Oh man, this matchup is wild. Literally wild.
I think this is kind of scary.
Oh my God. This alien is fast.
Yeah, he's fast. Ooh, nice.
Ooh, that was fast too, though. Hold on.
How's this?
What? Oh my god. Y'all going too hard. My game crashed.
Your game crashed?
Mm-hmm.
He said,
Yeah, I mentioned.
I'm guessing y'all still going though. Is the match still going?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
It does say 2 other people are watching instead of 3.
I'm coming back in now.
Yo,
That's the best part about this,
see ya.
is if you get kicked, it's not over. You know what I'm saying? Like, the lobby's still there. All I gotta do is put in the code and I can get back in.
Ooh. Ooh.
Contestant number 17. Would you
Fake
like
out.
to give a comment?
All right, I'm back in. That is fire, bro. You can get kicked from the lobby even as the host, and it's still the match still going.
This.
Amazing. I can get in here and spectate.
You might spectate the beginning of the match.
When,
And now
well, I don't know. Maybe it'll catch up like Street Fighter.
No, it doesn't.
Yep.
No, it doesn't.
I'm just gonna watch the match.
I'm the strong.
Oh man, so I'm about to back out of this thing.
I will never be defeated.
So it's almost like it.
Back to the lobby when it's over.
Oh, when the match ends.
Like, you can watch it, bro. What's gonna happen though? Like once it's like 5 seconds after they done, it's gonna cut off.
All right, that's fine. So it's almost like a mini VOD in the game. Like,
At least you got something to watch.
yeah, yeah.
You know you don't have many movies. There's that.
We get to see that Destructo disc again, and that is crazy.
This is everything.
These effects are insane, absolutely insane.
Insane. I'm loving the colors and everything.
I don't think I've seen a game look like this before.
This is different. This is different levels Dragon Ball Z. Like,
Yeah.
really like playing the fucking
Yo.
Like, it's like they was like unapologetic, like GG's.
Mojack.
I'm gonna just return to the room now. Sound like the match ended.
That's crazy.
It's me, Krillin. Hold on, anyone in a fight me? Bro. I gotta sit out. I gotta watch some fights, bro. I gotta watch some fights, bro. I'll leave on the tequila right now. Pass that shit. Pass the tequila right now. I ain't gonna lie, this is the most fun I've had in so fucking game, bro. Tekken was fire when it first came out, released. Everything was cool.
But now, oh man, it's
now you're going to
It's
Tekken and it's
different,
like,
man. It's
okay,
different,
same
yo.
combos,
It's
same
different.
everything.
It's just different.
In this game, you don't know what the fuck about to happen
What's
next.
gonna happen? Yeah.
You don't know what the fuck, bro. You're gonna get
Every
a
match
fucking
can make
giant.
you wonder, dog. Like
You're gonna
every
get a
match can
planet
make you
buster
wonder.
shot at you. You're gonna get hit in the combo. I don't even know.
yeah, that's definitely a lot more interesting, like in the long term. Because at the end of the day, like, you know, I still love Tekken, but I just feel like it's literally just if you hit a wrong button, that's it. Like that's
You're gonna
it.
get juggled in the air for 15 minutes.
Yep.
All right.
My 75% of my health Tekken. With Dragon Ball Z, there's so many characters. They be like, yo, what this motherfucker about to do?
Right. What
Like with that metal cooler, I'm like, what in the world? But somebody watch my words. Or mark my words. Somebody's gonna be out here going crazy with metal cooler, and we gonna be like, how, bro?
Yeah. People are gonna go
Right?
nuts with
All
Android.
right, let's do this.
I can take the
You know,
Android
even if
back to
they
my
can't
phone.
charge, they do regenerate their ki at a much faster rate than normal characters.
But is it fast enough? Because this game is super fast.
That's right. Right.
Because, you know, like, key dashing and all that shit takes keys. So.
Yeah.
Like, key balls. Like,
And that's what I was realizing I was having trouble with when I was playing as him. I was like, I'm not gonna have any energy by the time I get in his face. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be over. Pause again. Jesus Christ, man.
I'm like, yo.
How do you like?
Yeah, you know what we want to do,
Was that too much?
He ripped the shirt off his back. Pause. Nah, JV got a fucking throwing hands. Done deal.
Oh Lord.
The hurricane spin. Man, he was spinning, bro.
There you go.
Man, that move it does so much damage. That was at least a health bar and a half.
At least.
That poor building.
Mm-hmm. The second
He
Kepler
said that
hit.
poor building.
Sir Kepler hit the second tower. The fuck do you mean Kepler hit the second tower? This stage, like the stages with no walls, look so fucking.
Yeah.
Like all fighting games were fucking bound by seconds. That was close. Don't have to worry about corners.
Easy. I'm gonna mess you up real good.
Man is popping.
Yeah, JV. You might have found another character, man.
Man.
What are you doing right now?
Time to finish
Two transformations. Is there another transformation on top of it?
Oh crap! I didn't mean to do that. I keep.
Oh well.
So, yeah.
I'll show you what I'm made of.
He said, "Hold on, let me get back up there."
Oh, is it Super Saiyan 2? Is that Super Saiyan 2 or what?
Okay, for all the marbles.
That's why I fucked up that, man. He take too long, man.
Mm-hmm.
The crank
Damn.
Good fight, yo.
Yeah, that was fire.
That was a good fight.
GG's, bro.
GG's.
Y'all making me learn, boy.
I should be, man.
The only way is forward, JV.
Yes.
Yep. Take us to a good stage.
Motherfuckers better come out tomorrow. They better get my
I'm about to go online.
Like, y'all want to come play with us? They just get beat down the whole time.
We gonna know how to blow up the stage. They're gonna be like, "What?"
Like every match, you blowing up the stage. Yeah, take us to Namek, man. Maybe we'll blow up the stage or something. Who knows?
I think I chose it. Yep.
Yeah, you did. You did.
What's the assignment?
Where's my man James?
I have a hypothesis.
Hmm.
Maybe, hear me out. We're expecting to destroy the stage by throwing beams and giant things at each other, right?
Do we throw it back towards the ground?
Theoretically, if I were to
You
throw,
should
let's say,
dance.
like a spirit
I gotta
bomb,
try
and
that
you dodged
sometime.
it and it hit the
Could we
planet,
fight so I
wouldn't
can
it
see how it
theoretically
compares?
trigger said explosion?
Oh, wow. You're a fuse
It
switch,
should.
huh? Interesting.
Because we've just been blocking and tanking
thank
shit.
you, JD. Appreciate it, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Brother versus brother.
Yep. What was all that?
Oh, oh.
This is pretty fun.
Give me everything you got.
Not done yet.
Oh. Yeah, that spin is.
That was a fucking whole health bar. So I think, you see the numbers on the side when you do damage? I think one health bar is 10,000.
Interesting.
That's what I'm starting to look at. I'm pretty sure if you, yeah, I'm pretty sure a health bar is 10,000 under the hit combo shit.
Oh.
Bro, he moving with that crap right now.
Yeah, he is.
I'll show you what I'm made of. Get a load of this.
Show him now.
Interesting.
Don't hold back, JD.
I'll send you to the next world.
Don't hold back.
Big bang.
Oh shit.
You better take this one seriously.
Oh, too late. Too late. Too late. Too late.
She said, you better take this one seriously.
Damn.
So that's where you are.
Oh shit. Oh.
Get up. What are you doing?
Get up!
Target sight.
Oh. You said not today.
Oh, DJ Collective with the hit. I just realized.
With the hit.
Oh, what in the world was that?
That was a shotgun. Fighter G players call it a shotgun.
Oh, okay. GG.
Don't think you can enter my crosshair.
GG's.
A minute to do the.
Damn.
Wait, I think it takes him a minute to do the Mystic Beam. I was trying to stop him.
It's all
Okay,
good.
Move forward.
let's get it.
Let's get it.
Oh, my boy Chef.
Let's do this.
Y'all welcome, y'all. We playing
Finally.
Dragon Ball tonight, boy. Woo. We know what game we playing now.
Yeah, especially with people. We have people now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we don't know now.
Who am I killing next? Yeah. Yes, I could use a little exercise today.
It's me.
You looking to get mauled? Take one more step.
For Gamo. Okay.
Yeah.
I will fight
Yeah.
only for the sake of improving myself.
All right, Jiren.
Good luck, boys.
Keep your eyes open.
My back. Oh. Oh, tried it.
Say your prayers. Come on. Come here.
Come on. Get up.
Y'all doing stuff. Y'all both doing stuff. Okay.
Good stage pick too, though. Ooh, nice. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh my goodness. Oh, sick.
No way.
Say your prayers. Come on. Come here.
Bro, I keep
Oh, oh God, that was close.
because I'm feeling the vibrations from you guys, and every time I go on my
No, that's what I'm saying.
The Beerus. He pulled out the Beerus on me.
DJ Beerus.
No.
God of destruction.
Stop him.
Oh, okay. I had a feeling that you were gonna bring this character out, so I was like, let's have some fun here. In the lava. Oh. Nice.
What a moron. I'll destroy you. Close one.
Oh, okay.
What a drag. Think you can keep up?
Oh, I'm out of energy after that. No.
Anime. Okay.
This might be Dragonball.
Dragon Ball.
I'll destroy you.
Me.
Could be.
Thank you, DJ. for that. Thank you.
Whoa, what just happened?
You're a real pain in the neck.
Oh, you're locked off.
You can't see him.
This is the
You
end
don't know where
for
he's
you.
at. You wasting that.
It's big, but he should get hit, right? No, he's behind me. No.
Here I go. Close one. Now where did you go?
Why would I want to sleep? Why would I want to sleep?
It might put your health up. It might. You might recover health.
Okay.
You see the difference between us?
GG's.
Well now, you're all talk. You ought to know your place.
Whew.
He said, "You'll want to know your place."
Let me get Namek. Let me get Namek.
All right, yeah, let's do it.
Let me get normal Namek. We're gonna fucking destroy that stage tonight.
We gotta try.
We're gonna destroy the stage.
Let's
Nothing
rename our
fun.
stream to say "Destroy the Planet."
Destroy the
We
planet live
need to
now.
destroy.
Hey, boy, got work in the AM, man. I'm hot tell tomorrow, bro.
Alright, broski.
Oh, all right, bro.
Hey, bro, good games.
Hey, y'all already know what it is, man. Tomorrow, same thing, man. Shit, fuck. Y'all know what it
Hey,
is.
why not?
Alright, like, hey, run the same play. I'm down. Like,
Why not?
same play. Yeah.
GG's, man. Thank you for these
Good night,
matches.
y'all. Yeah, DJ. Nah, thank
Take
y'all,
it
bro.
easy, Holla.
You
Have a
man.
good night, bro.
You looking to get
Yes,
lost?
sir. You already know, bro. You already know.
My fangs.
Let's see y'all tomorrow, bro.
All right, bro.
Good night, bro.
Have a good one.
You have a good day, man.
Transform.
Yes, Faceless, bro. We are killing it. You a Dragon Ball fan as well, Faceless? Oh, look at you. You want to go down there? Let me see.
Oh my.
Too slow.
Oh, big grab, dude.
I'm trying to get there because you be real good at those. Trying to just match you. Send a couple beams down there. You are indeed. Hey, that's what's up. Ooh, fumbled the bag.
Nice.
The Sonic Swing.
Oh, I don't know. I'm like underneath you. Yeah, okay. Oh wait! Yo! Did we do it? Oh my god, I think we did it. Wait, did you kill me?
Let's go.
Oh no, I'm lying. You blew up the planet!
I told you we doing this shit tonight, boy. Fucking mash.
Right?
Oh my
Charge.
god.
I can
Let's go.
Yo, this might be fucking Dragon Ball.
bring it on already.
Oh my god.
Past me. Come on. Come here. Too slow.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh.
Oh god.
Got the Janimba. Oh. Since you're a wee baby. Oh yeah. Dragon Ball is the shit. Okay.
I got kidneys. Oh, you used all. Oh.
I used everything I got. I used it all. Oh.
Hit it. Oh. Hit it. Oh.
Ooh.
Dude, the depixelation is epic. I love Nimba.
Right, he is so sick. Ooh.
Oh, good vanish.
Okay. Calm down. I need to calm down. Ooh, nice.
You better take this one seriously.
Why
Now
do?
for the fun part.
There you go.
Just about an even fight too.
Bring it.
Nice.
Hit it.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh, that was fire. Still got a chance.
That was rough.
I got this. Yeah, come on. Yeah.
Oh, jeez, nice.
Good fight.
Nice, GG's. We destroyed the planet. Let's go.
We did that. And it's
There's
on-
always a chance. Ooh, faceless, that's fire. I love that.
I got a mission complete. Destroy planet Namek.
There is always a chance, yes.
We all gotta destroy the planet.
We all gotta destroy it. That's a lot of destroying.
Roxas, what are you doing? Get out. Get out.
All right, we'll do like, at least for me, we'll do like 2 more matches, and I'm probably gonna end it.
Yeah, I feel that.
For sure.
So we can get the mark. Well, we can get you guys this match, and then we'll get, of course, so PB, and then we got JV. So y'all, we'll do y'all thing, and then we'll have Chef and whoever is the winner of this match. Let's see,
JV, let's fight our heart outs, brother.
this is it.
Let's fight our heart outs, JV.
Let's do it.
I expect nothing less.
All
Nothing
right.
DJ,
less.
Are you sure you don't want to get the winner, bro? I can skip out. That's cool.
Oh no, no, it's cool, man. We've been playing a long time before you hopped in. Want to make sure you get some good matches in, man,
Come on. Let's see if you've got what it takes.
and do your thing. Dude, we have been going crazy. Get that dub. So you think you saying I should get back in faceless too? I mean, if we do that, I want to do it after that. I still want Chef to get his match in. All right, so we'll get Chef's match. So we'll do 3 more then. 3 more. This one and then 2 more after that.
That way it ends on a fight that you're in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We'll do that. Okay.
The Saiyans are a true warrior race. Don't understand.
What'd you do to guard that? You just guarded, JV?
Yeah, you
Not done yet.
can just press R. Usually I can do it by just guarding a regular guard.
Okay, I'm gonna try that. I'm just trying that. Just chilling over here waiting for you and playing some EFT. So what? EFT? What's EFT?
You're through.
Trying to think on the top of my head. EFT. Getting acquainted with these maps on PvE before getting into PvP. Oh, I feel you. Wait, what is EFT though? Off the top of my head, I ain't right now. Oh, Escape from Target. Okay. Nice. I have not actually played it. I haven't played it too much myself.
No.
Oh no.
My game crashed.
Oh. Okay, so if it's mid-match, oh, that sucks.
Wait, so what happened?
We're still here. We're good.
Damn.
It just ended the match. Don't be a hater.
All right, I think I might bounce then.
God damn, good fight.
Dang. Yeah, that was a good match.
Yeah.
It was.
No, we'll be back.
Oh. All right, JV. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, man. I appreciate it.
Nice meeting you,
Of
bro.
course, y'all. Nice meeting you guys, man. Thank you so much for having me, y'all.
Of course, man. Of course.
That shit was
GG.
great, bro. Yeah,
That was fire.
God, with this more, bro. Fun.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a great night.
You too, man.
Have a good one, bro.
Have a good one.
And Faceless, she said he just wants you to play COD with him. Hey, will you guys be playing what is it, Black Ops 6 when it comes out?
Oh yeah, I got it pre-ordered.
Think you can best?
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll be checking it out as well. Faceless is COD'd out. No, I feel that. I didn't play Modern Warfare 3, so for me, it's like I'm, coming back to it after a while, taking a little break. I definitely play Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone, but I haven't played Warzone since then, to be honest. All right, cool. Yeah, we should link up and definitely get some matches in on there too. My goal, the thing I would love is for us to have an entire community of people that, we could just have our own community matches on Call of Duty. That would be fire. That'd be fire.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, I would love that. Remember, if you do got Game Pass, it will be on Game Pass too, so there is that. Oh no! Oh no!
He said last match. Pull it out.
He trying to make it to that finale match. Yeah, that'd be sick, guys. I've been thinking about doing that also for Halo, because we used to do, like, back in the day, we used to play Tower of Power a lot, and I thought about like getting together with a bunch of people and doing like a night where we just play Tower of Power just all night. Just nothing but shotguns, you know what I'm saying? That stuff is so funny, man. Yes, bring back LAN parties. That's actually the vibe that I've been trying to bring to my stream. So, like, that LAN party vibe. I love the LAN party so much. This is actually pretty even though. That's the thing.
Oh, I tried to hit the ult.
Oh.
The Wheeze?
Okay.
I'm fucking with him. I'm fucking with him. Heavy.
Not the staff.
Mm.
This better be fun.
I'd play with you for a
Oh. Oh, wow. Okay.
Take that and that and that. Here you go.
Dude, that's like a perfect defensive move. LAN parties from Warning Halo at the Friday night lock-in where the shit. Oh, yes. Oh, my God, yes. Like, take me back. Take me back. Okay, y'all, we got a match. This Weiss is an issue. He's a problem. I remember they didn't get the best pizzas. They didn't get the best pizzas at the LAN parties. I will say that. But they had like good drinks. It was great company. It was great company. Like, we used to, like, the LAN parties. That was the first place that I have played Naruto, Gekko, Ninja Tyson. Have y'all ever played that?
What's the English name of it?
You said what?
Does it have an English name?
Like Naruto Clash of the Ninja or something like that.
On the Wii?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, we had the most fun. You would have thought we were drunk. Like, we were, at that time, obviously none of us drank. But, man, it was so hype.
Yo, Chef GG, by the way.
GG's, yeah, that was fire. That was fire. Never, sir, but I have tried my hand in some Naruto. Yes. Yes. All right, here we go. Finale matchup.
I'll hit you with everything I've got.
This dude has not been beaten.
It's gotta be this. All right, we gonna go for that. Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, see, now I've seen Weiss behind him. That was weird.
Yeah, see.
I guess.
It's weird. It's like it pops up sometimes.
Some characters don't. Or maybe
Yeah.
it's just a glitch.
Teach you a lesson in choosing opponents more wisely.
Yeah, they might end up fixing that too. Oh, I couldn't get up high enough quick enough.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Damn. Yeah, that freaking combo is hard to defend against too.
Which one? This one?
The little, yeah, that kick, that, yeah.
So
That one.
I think he's holding forward when he does it, so it technically hold uppercut.
Sonic swerve.
Nice work.
I feel like that shit's so dope.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
My ultimate attack. Try to keep up.
Oh,
Too slow.
hey Rocket baby, what you doing over here? Coming over here towards the end of the stream. Oh, I need to get out of there. Rocket, give me the stream. No. Ah!
Damn.
So that's where you are. Try to keep up.
Ooh.
My ultimate attack. You won't be able to outrun me.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
What? Here comes my ultimate attack.
I don't know why I tried it. Oh. Why not even try that?
That's where you are.
That's it. Oh, right when I was about to get that switch.
You won't be able to outrun me.
Oh.
Oh.
Too slow. Fool.
Oh. Okay. Oh, that wheeze. Oh, that wheeze.
Here you go.
Ooh, nice. Wheeze got so much health too.
Yes. The sound he makes when he's charging up though.
Oh.
Where are you looking? I don't intend to lose.
Okay. Lost that. Oh, that's it. Oh, that's it. GG's, man. Good games.
I hear she's preparing a meal.
Oh, that Whis is a problem.
Whis have mad health, and you know what's crazy? He has a move.
He has what?
There's a move where he can heal himself.
Bro. That dude is crazy. GG's, y'all. Dang.
Yeah, bro. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Fun, bro.
That was a lot of fun.
It's good to see
That was
you.
awesome, guys. Hopefully we can get something going tomorrow too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I get off work about, I want to say 8 o'clock your time, so.
Okay, cool.
I'll still be on, Chef. You know where to find me.
I gotta get home and eat dinner, so I mean.
Okay, sounds good.
Chef, you'll know
If
where
you
to
guys are
find
still on
me.
when I get out, when I get done with all that, then I'm down.
I'm with it.
Sounds good, guys.
Let's get it.
All right. Well, I'll see y'all about the same time tomorrow.
All right. Peace out.
See you tomorrow, brother.
Peace out, y'all.
Take it easy, Chef.
Later, guys.
GG.
All right. Everybody, thank you so much for coming through tonight. I really appreciate it. Faceless, thank you. I don't know if I gave you a shout out already. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. Because I don't know if I did or not. Oh yeah, you've been playing Throne and Liberty as well. Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Everybody's been on it lately. been kind of crazy. Rocket, you came at the very end of the stream, baby boy.
You've grown to be.
All right, guys, I'm gonna get on out of here. Thank you again for coming through. It's been an amazing stream. I will be back tomorrow. We're gonna try to get more of this game in because, man, it is fire. But yeah, for now, let's go ahead and see if we can raid out to somebody. Let's see who we can.
Hey, how come Vegeta's not
Who
here?
can we find right now? There's a lot of people playing this game, which is pretty freaking awesome. Let's see. Yeah, I'll probably pass it on to this guy here. Looks like he's going in, going hard as well. Yeah, they going in. All right. Thanks again, everybody, for coming through. Take care of yourselves. I will see you guys very soon. And if I do not, have a great rest of your week. I'll be seeing you as soon as I can. Take it easy, everybody. Peace.
Huh? Hey, how come Vegeta's not here?